Looks like over on the what is it?
Facebook?
No, the other one.
Yeah, KC is on the
Casey's
mobile.
on here, yeah.
Yeah, he's on the mobile.
On mobile.
Wheels Divided's on the mobile. Good evening. Hey, Wheels Divided. Thank you. He upgraded his membership. Awesome.
Jeff Maxwell's on here.
Yeah, he's in the house. Jeff's been ripping it up on the app. Appreciate that.
Of course, William Blaze is in here.
Hey, somebody's got their video up, their sound.
Not me.
It's not me this time.
Not me this time.
Hey, technical difficulties. You gotta love them. All right, we got a fabulous guest tonight.
That's what we're known for.
This has been asked for a long time, and I finally made a phone call. I missed him by a couple minutes on a Saturday, and then I called him about a week later, and he answered, and man, we got it started. And he's here tonight, talking about. I mean, this guy does incredible seats. If you're looking for a seat, this is the guy. Everybody talks about gel padding and all that kind of stuff. Man, this guy can do it all. There's no other place to look.
You know, if you look up custom motorcycle seats in an encyclopedia, Alligator Bob his picture's right there.
Right there, baby.
All right, Throttle Iron monthly members. Hey, like I said, we have a person been here 5 months. Win Therapy Addict. Thank you, appreciate it, man. He's also a elite member. Tim Arnold's elite member. We got Our Indian Adventures 4 months. I got Mix Voy at 4 months. I haven't seen him for a couple weeks. We got to figure out what's going on. It's like Max left the Max left the freaking
No,
podcast.
the whole thing bounced me out. That wasn't anything
geez.
I did.
Oh, are you having technical difficulties,
Yeah,
Max?
you might want to get a tech guy over your
Yeah,
house.
you need a tech guy for that.
I need a tech guy to relate to your tech guy.
All right, Bob Cole 4 months,
Jesus.
Terry Cornett 2 months, Gator Mike. I think it might be 3 months back. Gator Mike 4 months, Wheels Divided actually upgraded his membership last week. 4 months, Riding Fish 4 months, Tony 3 months, Donna 3 months, Jason new member, thank you, appreciate it. William Blaze 3 months, Kevin Taven 2 months, Joshua Pfeiffer 3 months, HD Ronnie 3 months, Mike Soplanos.
Mike.
Yeah,
Sampaio.
Sampaio.
Mikey.
3 months. Doug Hampton, 2 months. Rumble and Growl, 2 months.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Welcome to the show where the throttle stays twisted, the conversations stay loud, and freedom still means something. This is Throttle Iron! Headlights cutting through the night, chrome reflecting neon lights. Miles behind us, miles ahead, living every word we've said. Built on stories, built on steel, built on things that riders feel. Different brands, but one damn road. Everybody carrying their load. Raise them up, light that fire, fuel the dream, feed desire. Ride hard, talk loud, live free. That's the way it's gotta be. Throttle up and let it roll. Two wheels running through your soul. Ride hard, talk loud, live free. Welcome to the family. Tuesday night we're bringing heat. Every rider gets a seat. Real talk, real roads, real stories from the people we know. From the mountains to the coast, it's the riders we love most. Every guest and every friend, the road keeps rolling without end. Yo, kick stand up and we're ready to ride. Throttle and iron coming live worldwide. Indian, Harley, metric or custom around here, man. We don't judge none. Les got the stories, Connie's rolling clean. Max bringing fire every time he's on the screen. Chris on the mic, keeping things moving. Talking bikes and life and what keeps us cruising. We're building a community, one rider at a time. Thousands of miles, one road, one ride. So if you're feeling that freedom, throw your hands in the sky. Throttle and iron, family till the day we die. Are you ready? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Ride hard, talk loud, live free. That's the way it's gotta be. Raise your voice and sing along. Freedom riding all night long. Ride hard, talk loud, live free. From the garage to the open sea. Ride hard, talk loud, live free. Welcome to the family. This is Throttle and Iron. See you on the road.
Hey everyone, this is Chris from Throttle Iron, and this is Nick from Indian Motorcycle Corp. Marketing, right?
Yep, on the marketing team.
So tell me about this event and what's it take? When did you start planning this thing?
So we plan these events almost a year out.
Okay.
It takes a lot of different planning from like just logistics, working with the different rider groups, figuring out like the routes that we want to go on. And these events are all about like making sure people have a good time on these rides. And so you just kind of scrutinize a lot of the details to make sure that you think you'd have fun on those events. And that's kind of how we come to get to that.
And a lot of things is you got to work with the city too, because I got to know what's going on.
You have to work with the city, you have to work with the local police force. There's a lot of permitting, and different cities are really good at it, and other cities are not so good at it too. So that's usually what takes the most time with these types of events, just making sure you got the right permits.
And then you got like people like Ed that's at the camera right there.
Yeah.
He's a part of the IMRG here, local.
Yes.
And they're like the...
I think that's what makes these events the most fun, is when you have a rider group like the one that Ed's part of here at Chattanooga. Like, they help us plan the best ride routes, and as much as I'd like to think I know a good ride route in Chattanooga, like, they're going to know it better than anybody else. And so we're totally fine leaning on our local experts for that, and that's where I think these rides get really special, is you can find really nice rides from the local experts in the area.
Gotcha. Now, yesterday, you guys had a route that went to Jack Daniel's distilleries, right?
Yep.
So is that an every year event in this?
Yeah, so we always would go back to Jack Daniel's. So that's our 11th year. So they've been a great partner with us. So we try to change the location to get there, so it's kind of fresh every year.
Yep.
And we'll usually work with a different rider group. We'll be in a different area to start the ride, and then we'll always end at the Jack Daniel's distillery.
Exactly. So today is the ride is going to what's that?
It's
Emerson.
Yeah.
So, and that's about I think it's like an hour, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's about 20 minutes if you really want to get there direct, but we obviously don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So we're taking about like an hour and a half loop through like these mountains up here too, just to get there, and then we'll have lunch and a band served out there to kind of wrap up the event.
Yep. As you can see, the motorcycles are rolling in here. They're not going to take off until 10, I think. They got breakfast, and they got coffee, snacks, and stuff like that. And also, can you span out to that right there? All these bikes are here right now. This is probably only half the motorcycles that you're going to get here. Yesterday's event, this thing was completely full from here all the way over here. And I think they actually invited or actually signed up, I think it was 500 riders. It was pretty crazy. It's pretty close to that, I think. And it's a great event. And this is the first time I've actually been here.
Oh,
and you
really?
guys did a fabulous job.
Well, thank you so much. That means a lot to us. And, you know, we are a young brand out here, too. We've been around for 125 years, but we try to make this community like as special as it can be. And I said this yesterday, too, but I really believe we can kind of mold the community that we have here. And it's great to have new faces come out, too. So appreciate like you guys coming out and talking about it, too. It's a great event.
Engine's quiet, waiting on the road. You can feel it before it even starts. Coming up on another ride day, lines forming up, you can feel it in the air. Different towns, different roads we've known, but today ain't about riding alone. Engines wait like a heartbeat sound, brothers and sisters all gathering around. Some we know, some we just met, but by the end of the day, you won't forget. It ain't about where you came from, about who rides beside you now. We ride together through the miles and the years, through the laughter, through the loss, through the blood and the tears, from the first mile out to the last one home. You realize you were never alone. Can give. Rolling through the hills, engines in sync.
What's going on there, Mr. Chris?
Going great, man. How you like this event so far?
It has been great.
Great?
Absolutely great.
Walking those street stories getting told, laughing about rides from years ago. Then the next day comes and we line back up, ready to ride till we've had enough. Every mile builds something stronger, something that lasts long after. We ride together through the miles and the years, through the laughter, through the loss, through the blood and the tears, from the first mile out to the last one home. You
Hey Max, I'm here at the Jack Daniels event with your compatriots here, the Throttle Iron, the 112 Club, huh? Yeah. So you're not here, and I don't know why that I asked you if you were coming. You had time to prepare. You had time to get you a bike. You had time to borrow a bike. You could have rented a bike, anything, something to get you here. But you're missing a great event, and maybe we'll catch you on the next one. I don't know. But at any rate, be safe. Get you a 112. Don't mess around at 116. Get you a 112 and come on in.
Miles behind us, more to come. Ride together. Feel Won't be the miles or the places we've been. It'll be the people we rode with. We ride together through the miles and the years, through every moment that brought us here. From the first ignition to the final ride, these are the days we carry inside. We ride together, and we always will, through every valley and every hill. And when it's all said and done, one day it's the ride together that will always stay.
All right, man. Hey, worst case scenario or best case, depending on how you look, come on this way. You could ride on the back. You know, I know Chris here probably
back
wouldn't
seat.
mind giving you a ride. Or Les, he'd probably be a little grumpy about it. But hey, we could have got you out here.
What happened was, the truth is, Heather was coming home from work, and she was pulling in the garage, and she was listening to Throttle Iron music, and she was so into it, she forgot to hit the brakes, and she ran over Leslie's motorcycle.
Oh my goodness!
What are you
What
on
kind of
tonight?
what kind of propaganda are you supporting tonight? Come on now! Good grief!
Help me, Heather. Help
Yes.
me,
Hey,
Heather.
I only see 4 likes on.
Wow.
Let's get some more likes here, folks. All right, so
Here,
look,
I can go like this.
our members are so good and so nice to us. I created a new screen for them tonight. Look at this. All right. So, Wind Therapy Addicts, been here for 4 months. Thank you. Tim Arnold, 4 months. Our Indian Adventures, 4 months. Mix Void, 420, 3 months. Bob Cole, 3 months, almost 3 months. I rounded it up to the highest. But that doesn't take anything away from anybody, okay? Terry Cornett, 1 month. Gator Mike, 3 months. Wheels Divided, 3 months. Riding Fish, 3 months. Tony, 2 months. Donna, 2 months. Scott Spurlock, 1 month. Williams Blaze, 2
my.
months. Kevin Palin, it's 2 months. You guys can see. We have a great core of members. They're right in the chat right now. And I don't, Tony G, Bagger, Legion,
Josh Pfeiffer.
I can't even say that.
That I
right.
always pronounce incorrectly.
yeah.
Josh
Yeah.
Pfeiffer.
Mike
Pfeiffer.
Samploa, and Doug.
Sampaio.
There we go, man. All right, so that's our members. So now,
Rumble and Growl. Okay.
as you guys know, you don't see the shop anymore. But
No,
anyway,
see, now you know.
yeah, there's scan and join right there. So do you want to become a member? Right there, and we'll know it right in the chat here in a couple of minutes, and we'll celebrate it. You know it. Oh, look at that. Les is actually, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Les is in the chat.
Oh my
Severance
gosh.
package.
Severance package.
I think
Oh my
Les is
gosh.
actually at his house. I don't think he's even at a dinner appointment. All right.
He's
Hey.
tired of your crap.
We just sold a shirt a couple minutes ago, and we sold a hat a couple days ago. There you guys go. If you guys want to support us, another way is buying merch, and you can wear that all through summer at all the bike nights, and they will say, "Who is that?" Oh, that's a podcast on YouTube. You guys got to check it out, and on Spotify, and coming soon Apple. Anyway, shop Throttle and shop dot Throttle and Iron. You know, I almost messed that up because I was going to say shop at Throttle, but it's actually shop dot throttleandiron.com. And here is our friends, ladies and gentlemen. And here we finally got the camera going. As you can see, I don't want to waste all our night, but these guys are our best friends. They hang out with us all the time. As you can tell, we got Angelo right now from TNN.
What's up, everybody?
TNA. All right. Yep. He's at it. No, this is going to be a weird podcast. The sound might not be perfect. The reason is his flight got delayed and he's waiting for a rent-a-car. But he thought this was so important that the guy's at the airport right now on his cell phone. All right.
Yay.
Darn right. All right. Let's go.
Wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss it.
Wow.
All right.
The part where he was on his hands and knees begging you to come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I was. Anyway, welcome to the podcast, Angelo. This is your second time, But the first time we had another guest and you was just helping and supporting and that kind of stuff. But this is your show tonight. All right? This is
Okay.
you. I'm actually
make
in a
it
good
work.
mood tonight. Can you guys tell?
I'm not.
I'm stuck
Also,
in an airport,
Wow.
but it's getting better. It's getting better. I'm on the phone on here with you guys. It's getting better.
and also, you guys are wondering who Ed is. Ed, you want to tell him you are Body Snatcher. So tell us a little bit about yourself, real quick.
So I'm one of the ride leads out of Chattanooga. If you actually come down to Chattanooga for the Jack Daniels event, you'll probably go on one of our rides. Myself and Jeff Maxwell lead most of the rides out of here. Pretty much put it together, keep it going. This year's going to be another big year. We're expecting a big showing. So come down, show up, show out. Chris, you may do a podcast again from the dealership. If you do, that'd be cool. We did pretty good last year with it. That's about it.
All right. Well, thank you for filling in for Les. I'm telling you,
There's some big shoes to fill, man. I don't think
yeah, I
I can do
know.
that.
I'm telling you, man. The first thing you got to do is you got to get your phone out, and you got to make sure you're following the freaking comments, okay? Because he does a good job at that, and so you might as well.
Okay, got it.
All right, you got it. All right. And we also kept
I got
Max
it. What's
over
that?
here. I don't want it to, take away from him.
He's grumpy.
He's grumpy tonight. So
Yes.
he's grumpy Smurf Max. Okay. And all right. So
Wow.
I don't know how long we're gonna have Angelo here tonight. So if you guys got any questions, please put them in the comments. Connie will track them down as much as we can.
Much as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, we're gonna have a great podcast tonight, and we're gonna have some fun. All right, Angelo. A lot of people know, or some people do. You own a lot of companies, so we'll just go right to it because this is the one you're known for in the Indian environment. TNA Customs.
TNA. Yeah. So TNA started in 2022. I had bought my first Challenger in 2019, and it was very limited aftermarket. So I was looking around for some stuff, and I couldn't find anything aside from slip-on exhaust and stuff like that. So in 2022, I got a Dark Horse Challenger, and again, I was in the same predicament where there was not a whole lot of aftermarket in it. But I love the carbon fiber aspect of things. I had some cars and stuff with carbon fiber, and I really wanted a carbon fiber bike. And in the Harley market, you can have your pick of all the carbon fiber in the world. And at that time in the Indian market, there was another company that was making some parts, and I ordered their part and I got it, and I was not very happy.
Mm.
And that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to make my own fender. So we made our own fender. I made a couple little other parts like the V covers and the hinge covers, and it ended up going from just making a couple parts for myself and then selling them on Facebook Marketplace to a full-blown business. We developed basically every single model India make except for the Springfield. We make a body kit. That's how we got started in the motorcycle side of things. We got started in the carbon fiber side of things because I was manufacturing handicap equipment before COVID. And then when COVID hit Europe, I could not get our carbon fiber body pants out of Europe. And I had to find a local company, and I ended up partnering with them to build our handicap units. And then COVID came to North America, and it basically decimated the handicap business. But the motorcycle business started taking off because of it, because everybody had so much free time during their lockdown and all this extra money to buy motorcycle parts. So it was great for us.
Gotcha. So you also make carbon fiber for what? The King of the Baggers or what? Something like that?
King of the Baggers, yeah. We make all the bodies for the Indian race teams. I think the only company we don't provide stuff with is SDI. But yeah, everybody else gets their carbon from us. We worked with SNS from 2022 right up until last season. We made smaller bags, lighter bags, we reinforced fairings. We did all kinds of stuff to get the race team to where they are now. One of my proudest moments was in Daytona a couple years ago. Tyler O'Hare hit the wall, and the fairing didn't break. A layer of carbon came off, but the fairing didn't break. But the aluminum bracketry behind it did break. So it was,
Oh,
you know, it was really cool
Oh,
to see our
wow.
product withstand that hit, and everything else around it failed except for our product.
wow. That's crazy.
That's
So,
cool.
so was that your bike up at the Donnie Smith show with all that carbon
Yes,
fiber on it?
yes, it was. In Sturgis last year, Indian came up to me and said, "Hey, you want to build a bike?" And I said, "Yeah, of course I want to build a bike." And they said, "You know, you want a chieftain?" And I said, "Of course I do. I always liked the chieftain. I'm just not a big fan of the Thunderstroke motor. So when they offered me a new Power Plus to build, I jumped all over it. That's it right there. And so we developed some new products for it as well. The forged carbon fiber is a new product. Um, and then we did our adjustable foot controls. Those are our new signature wheels. They'll be coming to the market shortly. But that was a labor of love. That bike has a 112 in it. It's got a set of stage 2 Indian cams. We brought it out to 210 Speed Lab in North Carolina. They dynoed it and tuned it. I think it made like 140 horsepower, something like that, and like 144 foot-pounds of torque. That's the new TOS exhaust system that we actually, you know, we sat down with Dan and Justin at TOS Performance, and we figured out how to make a really powerful pipe. Well, they figured it out. I was just a test pig. But yeah, there's a lot of new products that came out because of that bike and what it was built on.
That's a beautiful bike, man. I'm telling you.
I've never got to ride. I didn't get to ride it in that configuration. I put about 1,600 miles on it when I got it. Just riding it around, getting a feel for it. I really, really enjoyed it. And then I built it. And then by the time I got down to Daytona, I got to ride it like 3 miles down the road to the Indian display, and that was it. So hopefully this summer I'll put some miles on it.
Do you have an idea how much weight savings you've done with that bike?
We probably
everybody makes a big deal. Everybody makes a big deal about weighing the parts and everything.
So that bike we didn't weigh it, so I couldn't tell you exactly. But our red Challenger, I think weighs like I want to say just under 800 pounds. I think we're 40 pounds shy of the King of the Bagger bike. And that bike though, we've eliminated the audio system. We've done all kinds of stuff to that bike. So this bike here, I don't know. I want to say maybe 200 pounds.
Damn, that's a lot.
That's a whole lot.
The rear fender and the front fender weigh a lot. So when you're getting rid of a 30-pound part and you're putting in on a part that weighs less than a pound, it's a big difference, right? The rear fenders are quite heavy, but like I said, we've taken everything out. Got rid of the swing arm. We put a Carry Hart swing arm on there. Whatever we could do to lighten it up, we've done it.
Gotcha. So how was you was down in Daytona too, right?
Yes, we were.
So how was that?
Daytona was good. Daytona was great. One, because I'm from Canada, so we got out of the snow for 10 days, which was great. We got a lot of riding in while we were there. We had a lot of good responses from that bike. We spent some time at the Indian booth. Everybody seemed to have loved it. We had a lot of orders for forged carbon fiber after that bike was there as well. There were a lot of Harley guys that they don't like Indian because they keep saying there's no aftermarket, and then they end up seeing these builds in Daytona and they're just blown away that there is an aftermarket for it. So we actually met a guy in our hotel who was riding a street glide and saw a couple of our builds that were in the parking lot, and then I brought him down to the Indian booth. Then he went to the Indian display and test rode a bike, and from what I understood, he ended up trading his street glide right there on the spot.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think I don't know if this about aftermarket parts or not, but I think what it really is it's called a cult. And basically it's just like if you have an addiction, you'll find every excuse in the world to not go to get help. And I think if you want to get help, the best place to go is an Indian dealership. We just lost him for a second.
Well, yeah.
I'm here.
Okay. But I would not go as far as saying it's a cult. It's rationalization.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing too.
Oh no, it's a cult.
Big-
It's a cult.
It's not a cult. God bless. We're nice to everybody on this program.
Yes, we
remember?
are. Yes, we are. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, okay, so we don't have 3 New York City telephone books full of parts like Harley does.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. But we've got one and we're getting bigger. So
Yeah.
all that stuff about us not having aftermarket is garbage now. Okay?
Well, I want to
There's
clarify.
all kinds of people.
I want to clarify because we have Harley Davidson riders watch this podcast. You know, it's just a little bit of, you know, what do you call that when you go back and forth? You know,
Competition or what?
Friendly rivalry.
yeah, friendly rivalry. I love our motorcycle rider friends that ride Harley, and Indian. I mean, basically, I can tell you right now, I love the new Harley Davidsons. I mean, the new Road Glide. I love that bike.
Well, you know which one I
Well,
like.
I said it last week.
Yeah.
If I had the funds, I'd have a lowrider ST in my garage.
Exactly.
Easy as
My
pie.
wife
I
loves
love
that
that
motorcycle.
lowrider.
I've had the Lowrider
Yeah.
ST. I love the bike. It was a fun bike. It was a great bike. I wanted to get the Sport Chief, so I got rid of the Lowrider ST to get a Sport Chief. I really enjoyed the fairing on the Lowrider ST. It was,
Yeah.
in my opinion, it was a lot better than the Indian one. But again, you know, I got a Sport Chief with the 131 on it that burns tires off it everywhere I go. So
Yeah.
I'm so happy. And we actually do have a new Road Glide as well. We disassembled it to build some parts, and I just never reassembled the bike. I did not enjoy riding it. I think I put 120 miles on it when we first got it, and then it went into the shop and got torn down. I just never put it back together.
I know I watched one of your because talk about building parts. You don't just do carbon fiber. You also have some aftermarket parts. I don't know how many you have because I don't really look at your
So
inventory.
we're starting in the hard part market. We did adjustable foot controls.
Mhm.
We did a pre-release of 20 of them. I think we sold out in 2 days. So we're
Wow.
getting some more made right now. Our wheels that we just come into the market with now. We got some other stuff in the works too right now. I just don't want to, say too much and
Yeah.
let the cat out of the bag. But we got a bunch of other parts
Sure.
coming. Like there's so much room in the Indian market. There's so many different styles and tastes. In the beginning, it was a small aftermarket, but it's growing. And what I'm trying to do with all these other guys in the aftermarket is just grow together. There's no need to fight and bicker over who's making what when we can all be profitable at the end of the day.
Yeah. And that's one thing I said in the last podcast, and that's the reason why I thought you'd be a good guest, is that you really do bring everybody together, or try to, and you're always going to have that person that doesn't want to feel welcome, wants to be competitive because they feel like if they're in that environment they're going to lose sales, and so they rather sometimes.
Well, competition is also good for the aftermarket because then it strives everybody else to do better.
Yep.
I know that's one thing with. So I got competitors in the carbon market here, and I try my best. Like our clear coat, at the end of it, I've gone through 7 different manufacturers, I think, before we found the right clear coat.
Mhm.
And the process that we worked great, and it's all just I had to do better than my competitors, or else no one's going to buy my stuff. But yeah, we work with everybody. We try to build this Indian aftermarket community, and we have a bunch of group chats between all of us, and we're all friendly. And try to make it work the best way we can. Some of my best friends are actually other aftermarkets in this community that I've met through Indian Motorcycle.
Yep. So go through the carbon fiber here a little bit. I'm going to circle back a little bit because that's what you're really known for. Now, if somebody was looking at lightening their motorcycle up, that's probably one of the best things they can do, right?
Yeah, 100%. In my opinion, anyways, you take a lot of weight off the bike, so it's easier. You can, to me, the lighter the bike, the more nimble it feels, the better it handles. Especially if you're a woman riding a bagger, you get rid of that rear and front fender and you swap out your bags with carbon bags. You're going to shave 40, 50 pounds off that bike. It makes a big difference.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
So
yeah, go ahead, Connie.
it's kind of It's kind of funny, Angelo, because I was actually plummeting through some of your videos and looking at some of the things that you've done with the Challenger. Everything from, like you said, front fender, rear fender, bags, bag lids. It's amazing the pieces that you can put on to lessen the amount of weight. In the one video that you actually had, you went through and said you lost almost 220 pounds with getting rid of all the carbon pieces you could put in place. And that's phenomenal.
Basically everything we put on that bike. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can make it
Wow.
pretty light. And I forget what in the automotive industry, there's a formula for every pound, for every so many pounds you lose is a horsepower gain. I don't know if it's the same with the motorcycle industry, but our slogan is lighter, stronger, faster.
Mhm.
So less
And-
weight, faster you go.
And a lot of people don't realize how strong carbon fiber is. Some people probably think, oh, it's like fiberglass or something like that, where it's ruined. Isn't it? Your carbon fiber is freaking tough, right? I mean, it's on the king of the baggers.
We use structural carbon fiber. So it's the same stuff that Ford uses on the Mustang GTD, Ford GT supercars. It's the exact same carbon fiber. So it doesn't just look pretty, but it's actually structural carbon fiber. It's strong. I think 1/8 of our carbon is the equivalent of 3/8 thickness of aluminum in strength.
Oh wow, there you go, folks. If you have
Wow.
questions about it,
Did you see,
Wow.
did you see Jason's comment? He said carbon swing arm.
yeah.
I don't know about
I don't
that
think
one.
you do that. You give it a shot.
The idea is great. I just don't know who's gonna pay for it because it's going to be one expensive part by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Bob
but,
Cole says he's got new adjustable foot controls. They are amazing.
Yeah, I was actually looking at them. Hopefully, when he gets them back in stock, I'm thinking about doing it. They look pretty nice. I was just gonna have some questions before I did that because, I have the actual Pursuit, and the brake is totally different than the actual Challenger, and I wanted to know what the difference would be.
Yeah, you got a pedal on yours.
Yeah.
Basically, you'd swap out that pedal and you'd end up with a peg.
Yeah.
I like the Dean Speed ones.
I got
They're
one of
a
them.
really great
Yep.
product. That's what we use on all of our stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I had a picture of it, but I did get the Dean Speed, and I loved them. I loved it. I mean, I could tell the difference 100% how much smoother my foot was underneath the peg and how much grip it had. Because I have it on the clutch side. Yeah, it's a great peg. I didn't think there would be a difference, but there is. Yeah. And the
Dean
looks.
Speed makes great products. Like he
Yeah.
has some of the, in my opinion, some of the best stuff on the market right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's constantly investing in his business and growing. Anything you get from him, you can't go wrong with.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Looks like you got your rental car finally, huh?
No, I gotta take an Uber. I'll have to come back in the morning.
Oh man, that sucks.
No.
It's okay.
So Mike TS makes a comment. Mike TS makes a good comment. You shed that much weight with carbon fiber, a lot of people wouldn't have to switch over to a trike or a sidecar because you lose that weight. Balance becomes a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So we have a family friend who rides a Harley, and that's why we broke down a Harley and built carbon for the Harley, is because his dad was getting older and he was having a hard time with the bagger. So we went that route for him, and so far he hasn't needed a trike. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll tell you what. As you can see, Indian and Harley Davidson are going after that customer really hard, especially at the end of this year with trikes with Indian. But yeah, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, if you're spending that much money on a trike, because it's going to cost a lot of money, invest in some carbon and see if that actually helps you out.
You didn't suggest that to me,
Well,
Chris.
What's that?
You didn't suggest that to me when I got the three-wheeler.
Well, you can ask them some questions.
Dang
The
it.
floor is yours. Go ahead, ask them.
No, I mean you didn't, Chris.
Well, you didn't have a bagger. You know what I'm saying? But
I could have had a bagger because
yeah, you could have.
of all these pieces that make it lighter.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Coulda, shoulda,
I don't know
woulda,
how
didn't.
much of a difference it would make. It all depends on how comfortable you are,
Mhm.
with your riding skills too. At the end of the day, if you're getting up there and, I get the weight is one thing, but also the height of the bike.
Mhm.
The challenge is not really a bike that you want to lower. Um, I've ridden them in stock configuration. I'm constantly scraping floorboards on them, so all my bikes are lifted.
Mhm.
But it all depends on how comfortable you are with your riding style. Trike's a great option as well. We've thought about making body parts for trikes just to make them lighter and cooler as well.
Yeah. Donna says, "Now you can, Connie."
I do like that Indian Chief. That's for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
The sport chief.
Yeah, and I think that's one. I think that's one thing. Is somebody can come out with a freaking fairing that doesn't look like a freaking was that big marshmallow guy, Michigan?
FXR,
Yeah,
FXR fairings.
yeah. I mean, come on, let's figure out something better. I mean, there's got to be
Well,
something. Yeah.
So
but here's the
Clockworks
thing.
has a great fairing
Exactly.
as well.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead,
So
Angela. I
that's
was
why
going
we
to say
never
the
made.
same
That's
thing.
why we never made a carbon fiber fairing, because Brian has a fairing that works great.
Mhm.
And I don't see any issue with them. There's no point in fixing something that's not broken.
Well, I'll be okay. So I'll be honest with you. Okay, I don't like that fairing. I think a lot of people don't like that. I mean, the looks of it, and maybe it's it's made that way just because of the aerodynamics and stuff like that. But I just don't like that look. I really don't. I mean, I don't know. Yeah,
But
good.
but it's better than the Sport Chief fairing.
Yeah.
So you've
Right.
got a mini,
Yeah, it's 1,000
you've got
times
a
better.
mini fairing or you
Yeah.
got an FXR fairing. You
Mhm.
got that's your choices.
Mhm.
Me, I'll go with the FXR fairing all day.
Yeah, but
So Connie, when you flip over and want your Sport Chief, you can get a fender, front, rear. You can get the side panels. You can get a fairing, all carbon for that. So
Mhm.
we could make that lighter for you.
Yeah, see, that would have worked as much as I spent on the Spider. It definitely would have evened out. Trust me.
The Sport Chief is a fun bike to ride. It's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
I did really like that one.
Well, I'll tell you another thing, and I'll be honest with you, is what is really growing, and which I see a lot, even more in trikes now, is the freaking spiders. I mean, I don't know how much aftermarket is in that yet, but I think that's going to be a growing market. I mean, I'm just telling you.
I'm not a big fan of them. It's a snowmobile on wheels. I love
Yeah.
riding snowmobiles, but when I'm on the road, I want to be on two wheels. I don't know how the aftermarket is for that. I think Can-Am's pretty much got that cornered with their aftermarket accessories. I haven't seen a whole lot of other stuff out there for them, really. But
Yeah.
I see them all over the road.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
here's the thing, and this is what I've told everybody, but it's especially poignant to me being one of the oldest guys out here. So everybody's going to need a trike someday.
Yeah.
If you want to keep riding, you're going to want a trike, whether it's a Spider, whether it's a trike, whether it's a cut down by Roadsmith or somebody else, you're going to need three wheels. So, yeah, it's a market worth exploring. Holy moly. And it's even going to get bigger. Okay. Because let's face it, everybody's aging out. Hey, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm 68, guys. I got more, I don't have many years on two wheels left. I probably got about 5, and that's about it. I'll be
Yeah.
looking for a trike.
Well, I put up here is the fairing for the Chief, and this is the XRP fairing.
FXR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that's it's not appealing to me. I mean, I bet you probably half the
It
people.
doesn't fit the bike, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But if you want wind reduction, that's kind of what you want. That's what you need. And I think that's why Indian didn't come out with
That's
the
where
big fairing, 'cause
function.
they didn't want to be like Harley.
Yeah, function, but not.
And
much.
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's like
cool as hell.
function.
Yeah,
It
I
looks
think
like
it's
a big
great.
Cyclops. It's huge.
Yeah.
That eyeball's huge.
Hey now.
What?
Well,
The ST one's pretty.
yeah. Well, I think the actual the Indian Chief is going to get a lot more popular with that with the older version one now, the vintage. I mean, that's going to be I think it's a very popular bike. I mean, people have been buying that thing up left and right.
The demographic buying that bike in Europe right now is between like 25 and 34, I think, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone was telling me.
Wow.
So it's a lot of young guys
Wow.
buying it. We just so happen to have just gotten our hands on one. Toast is developing a exhaust for us right now, and then we are going to build a really, really cool bike out of it.
Cool.
Holy cow, Max! I didn't have no
That'll be
idea
fun
you
to
were
watch.
68. Anyway, there's a comment, but yeah, that's pretty
Now
cool.
he-
Seems like
now he's
Toast is
68 and grumpy.
now. It looks like maybe
Yeah.
possibly I am working out. Angelo's helping me out again, get me another guest, and it looks like we might have Toast on here next week. So Dan from Toast, and that will be a great podcast. And if you guys got some questions about exhaust, that'd be the night to be here, man. I'm telling you. And that's probably, if you're not changing your seat out, you're changing your exhaust out when you first buy a bike, guaranteed. So,
That is the first thing I do on every bike is the
Yep.
exhaust.
Exactly.
let's see, Sparked Moto.
So-
yep.
So while we're talking about that, let's just get some more interest in here. I want everybody to tune into Riding Fish's latest video because he has a gentleman on there that just got the prototype from Totes about a 2-in-1 pipe for, are you ready, people? Is everybody sitting down? A Thunderstroke.
What?
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
You should have
No.
Foundling.
Yeah,
That
I
116's
walked
got
into
something.
Toast 2 weeks ago and I saw a Thunderstroke on the lift. And then I walked around and he was welding up a 2-in-1 on there. I said, "Dan, what are you doing?" He goes, "There's going to be a market for this. Trust me." So
Yeah.
hopefully you
There
guys
will.
can make it happen because there's a lot of R&D that went into that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough. Like I said, I'm not going to get into next week's show, but I will share this that I share with Riding Fish because him and I went back and forth. He says there's 4 2-in-1s exhaust for Thunderstroke engines. Okay, so I know Bassani makes one for the Chief only. It will not go on a Chieftain or a Roadmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom Performance makes one, but it's always on back order. And I've got some personal history with Freedom Performance, and we'll leave it go at that. Sawicki has one for the Thunderstroke. And from what I've seen, it's a pretty good pipe. It makes decent power gains. And now you've got Totes. So between the Sawicki and the Totes, that sounds like something I'm going to be interested in, long as it's a long pipe and it's black.
So
I'm not
I'm not a fan of black
interested in
pipes.
stainless. Yeah.
They, in my experience, every black pipe that I've had has turned colors.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that stainless
Yeah.
look. I know it doesn't go not as aesthetically pleasing as the black, but you don't have any problems with it turning colors.
It always turns blue.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
let me let you guys know, if you guys are just tuning in right now, Angelo's flight was delayed, so I put it up there, and he is on his way to a location undisclosed. But that's the reason why he wanted to make it tonight. He got on his cell phone. That's the reason why he's here like this. But we can't control everything. That's the reason why you can see his screen is going. Sometimes you'll see a background.
It's getting dark out here.
Getting dark, yeah. Yeah. So,
Holy moly.
holy moly. So if you have any
It's
questions
getting dark, big guy.
for TNA Customs, this is the time to do it. And he'll be on our podcast again too. But this
Yes,
guy,
when I'm in front of a computer in my shop and it's properly lit. So I'm so sorry, guys. It was a last minute trip. Like it came up this morning at 8 a.m. and I was like, frig. So, and obviously in a perfect world, I would have already been at the hotel, but it's okay.
it's all good, man. It's all good. We're just glad to have you here. We're just hey, this is just motorcycle talk anyway. So what made you get an Indian at the beginning? What decided that purchase?
So
Yeah.
I had a couple victories. I had some cross countries in a Magnum. I've had Harleys in the past, and I wanted a new bike in 2019, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved my victories. I didn't like the style of the Indians. They just didn't. It didn't do it for me at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Blackridge Harley Davidson, which is my local Harley dealer, and I told my wife I'm going to get a motorcycle. I'm going to get a road glide. So I went to Blackridge Harley Davidson and I picked out this all blacked out road glide, and I got on it and I got, I don't know, 10 minutes down the road and started doing some funky stuff. So I got it back to the dealer, and right next door there was Apex Moto, which was a multi-line dealer, and they had just started carrying Indian. And they had a demo day there at that exact same time. It just worked out perfectly.
Oh wow.
So I walked over next door, and they had a black Challenger Limited, and I got on it, and I rode it, and I did not want to give it back. So I walked over next door to Harley and I said, "Can I have my check back?" And they said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, obviously there's something wrong with the bike, and I don't want it anymore." And we had a little back and forth, and they ended up giving me my money back. And I walked into the Indian dealer and I bought a brand new 20
Oh. He's
Indian
going.
Challenger Limited.
He gone.
No, he's there.
Oh, you guys got me? No, I'm here.
Yeah, we
So
got you.
I walked into the Indian dealer.
Yep, you're good.
I bought that Challenger Limited and I rode it home. And my wife looked at me and said, "That's not a Harley." I said, "No, it's an Indian. I love it." And that's where just my passion for them grew from there. I ended up getting rid of my Victories and getting some more Indians. And we got, I think I have 6 Indians now that are my personal bikes. And then we have the 2 bikes that Indian has given us to build as well. And I'll just continue getting Indian. I love the Indian platform. I love all motorcycles. Don't get me wrong. I love any motorcycle. Just Indian done a really, really good job with a bike out of the box. Like I didn't really have to do anything to it out of the box, aside from me being dumb and completely modifying them to the point where they look like that bike in the corner there. But they make a great bike. I love them.
I'll tell you one thing. Somebody just made a comment. Says, "Wow, what a dedication, Angelo. Thanks for being here." Hey, listen, this is the guy who owns TNA Customs. Okay, so that's the kind of dedication this guy has. So he's going to make quality parts. I mean, it's just unbelievable, and I'm just surprised because I said over the weekend. I know it was over Easter. And I sent him a text, and then I said, "Hey, man, if you can't make it, you can't make it." And he said, "No, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there." And then I just found out you just took a trip, decided this morning you're still here. It's freaking crazy. I mean, that's a workaholic, man. So
my wife will agree with you on that one. I'm dedicated to the brand. I'm dedicated to the product, and I'm dedicated to the community. And a lot of these guys in the Indian aftermarket, we've got everything invested into this. This is our bread and butter. This is how we make our livings. Lawless Garage, he took a massive pay cut, went from a very good job in construction and decided, no, I'm going to give it my all. Same thing with Kyle from Forever Rad. Kyle took a massive jump into the Indian market. You got Mike from Ride Culture. All these guys have really dedicated everything they got. Davidson Audio, Brandon probably has made the biggest sacrifice out of all of us to create aftermarket audio for everyone.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And through you and Ride and Fish and Mike from Ride Culture and Gator Mike and
all these guys are really
Bob
dedicated.
Cole, all them guys. I mean, that's how we met each other. It just you guys keep what do they call it? Pay it forward. Like you'll give me a name, Ride and Fish will give me a name, Bob will give me a name, and that's how we get our guests. Really, it is. I mean, I've done tons of emails and got some guests too, but really, a lot of you guys have helped me out a lot getting guests on this show, and I really appreciate that.
We want to grow the community. We want everybody to put a face to the name. You had Chris from Cycle Source on the other day. I've heard about Chris for years. I've never gotten the opportunity to meet him. We finally met in Daytona, and the guy's an amazing guy. But I said,
Sure.
he's got to go on Throttle Iron. You guys got to talk to him.
Yeah.
Hear his stories and the industry and his views on everything. Like, there's so much knowledge with these old school builders that I'm new to this. I haven't been doing this for 20 years. These guys, I'm learning from these guys. Dan Toast is one of my role models in this industry. I look up to Dan. Dan has built so many bikes. He's invested everything into this motorcycle industry. He's probably one of the few guys that has actually jumped right in and bought an Indian and developed the exhaust systems for him. And they have a dyno in house. They're dynoing, they're figuring out the bends, and it just they do a great job. And these are the guys that have been in business for a long time, and these are the guys that I look up to, anyways. As in terms of the quality and the support that we're going to give our customers.
Yep. Sparks Moto says because he got his own garage and he's actually doing a 116 right now on a Power Plus, and all these aftermarket companies for Indians sure make it easier for shops to sell performance work and brand enthusiasts. And then exactly, I mean, 5-6 years ago there wasn't no aftermarket Harley at all. I mean, you had Dean Speed. I think he was probably one of the first ones. Then you had Forever Rad at the same time, kind of close, and now you got it blown up. And that's one thing I was saying earlier, is that, one of the first comments when we had a conversation, it wasn't on the podcast, and you were saying, what you want to do is you want to bring everybody together. You want to bring everybody together, and you want them to keep growing and growing. And you've said it like 3 or 4 times in this podcast now. And that's what, I mean, you really, truly believe that. And that's great. So go to the next thing. How you feel about the new leadership and ownership of Indian?
So I've met Mike Kennedy. I'll be honest with you. At first, I was scared. I'm like, oh, they sold to an investment company. This is, I've just put all kinds of money into molds and marketing and creating this business, and I was sweating it. And then I got friends in India that are telling me, oh, dude, this is the best thing for us. We're going to get out of that Polaris shadow. And I was like, okay. Then I finally met Mike Kennedy, and a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. They want this brand to grow. They want that, this isn't a quick turn and burn like most investment companies do. These guys are here for the long run. They're investing money into engineering. They're going to bring out some really cool new models. We've been privileged to see some of these new models that are coming, and I think everybody's going to really be excited about what's coming. They're going to invest more money in engineering. It's just, all in all, I think it's going to be really great for the brand. If I didn't think it was going to be great for the brand, I would have stopped making parts.
You would have like 6 Harleys in your
yeah, we would start developing Harleys and seeing what was happening with that. But no, I really think, I was lucky enough to be invited to the 125th anniversary party, and I got to meet one of the owners. I met Spencer, and him and I were talking, and these guys, they know nothing about the motorcycle industry, but they're so excited to get involved in it. I think they made the right choice with Mike Kennedy. I really do believe that they have all the best intentions for the brand.
Yep. We'll have to see how it goes with the King of Baggages coming up, and see how Indian does it one more weekend. We got to win this year. Last year was a little challenging. There was a lot of situations that happened last year, but we'll see how it goes. And if you guys are wondering, King of the Baggers, they have carbon fiber on there, and this guy makes it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we make all the, so for Tab and for, at one point SNS, but now it's Vance and Hines, we make all the carbon for them. We were actually down in Daytona. I met Terry Vance, and I had him sign some parts that we are donating to Folds of Honor. Folds of Honor is going to be raffling them off. We had one of our race lids. It was signed by the entire Indian race team. It was signed by Ola. It was signed by Mike Kennedy, Terry Vance, and they're going to actually raffle that off shortly, and all the proceeds will go to Folds of Honor.
All right. Well, I'm going to be quiet for a couple of minutes. Ed and Max, you guys got the floor, man. Whoever wants to talk first. You guys got any
Oh,
questions?
So pick,
Go ahead,
pick,
Ed.
piggybacking on what Angela said, I think if you got to go to Daytona and you got to hang around the group down there and got to see Mike Kennedy walk on, the biggest word you could use out of it is passion. You could see his passion. He likes to ride. He's just not showboating it. That's what caught me and thought this is going to be a lot of fun to watch. I think that struck me the best out of the whole thing. It's going to be a wait and see, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Well, I mean,
I'm in the
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm in the market of wait and see, but he was optimistic, and I might want to make sure we give credit where credit was due. Les got him on this show.
Mm-hmm.
That was all Les right
There you
there.
go.
Yep.
And
I think you
that
guys were
show
the
was
first ones to interview him, weren't you?
one of the
there's a-
first.
Yeah,
One of the first.
there's
There
a
were a
couple of
couple
guys
of
for sure.
these.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple of people who got us. Was it Blockhead?
I think one
John,
of the first
Yeah.
live
Blockhead.
though.
Yeah.
You guys had him live.
Yeah, I think we're the only one that had him live.
Yeah.
So, which is good.
So Jason Christensen made a comment earlier I wanted to piggyback on. He said basically you can't deny that Indian is the best stock bike out there.
Yeah.
And I could agree with that.
Mhm.
Without
Yeah,
having
no
to
argument.
do major things to it right off the bat, it's stock bones. It's where it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Out of the box, it is the best performing V twin on the market. You have inverted
Yeah.
front forks, you have Brembo brakes, you have a liquid cooled V twin motor. Just the potential is limitless.
Mm-hmm.
Fox shocks.
Yeah, that's right. Fox trucks. I always
Yeah.
switch mine out for O-rings. No, I don't have anything against the Fox stuff. I like A-rings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody has their
But, you know,
preference, you know. So.
It's
Yeah,
it's a
it's
fantastic
everybody's
bike out of
preference.
the box.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Do you need to take a break here to get your hotel, or?
Yeah, you guys mind if I check back in 5 minutes with you guys?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and do your
Oh, no,
thing.
never mind. I'm good. My wife's got it. We're good. Never mind.
All right. Okay,
My wife is also the T of TNA over there in the background.
Hey,
Dang.
how are you?
Of course she's got it.
Hey, she just had.
Yeah,
I'm
I would be lost without
there
it,
we
to be
go.
honest with you.
Somebody woke Connie up.
Yeah, she was over there snoring. I had to turn the mic down.
I'm over here looking at motorcycles, dude.
All right. So, do you have any other businesses into the motorcycle other than TNA? Because I know you own a lot of businesses. So
I have my hands in a lot of things.
Mhm.
I've always learned, my family's been self-employed for years, so you have to diversify to be successful. Motorcycle market, no, we tried to get into an Indian dealership. It just didn't work. The location that they wanted us to open it in, I didn't like it. I didn't like the area. Um, I will one day have an Indian franchise. I just don't know when, but we'll definitely have something in the works. I know Gator Mike is interested in opening a store. So, I think Mike Sapania and myself and Gator might team up in the future and open a store somewhere.
You talking about an Indian store or what?
Indian store, Indian. Oh, it's gonna be multi-line if you want to be successful.
Yeah, because
you need multi-line.
yeah, because I know he expressed that with me, and I mean I know that he had some issues with even back in them days, Polaris not even saying wouldn't even look at it, they didn't care, and it seems like Indians really opened up to that now, and a lot of places need more dealerships. Like we have a dealership now that was surrounded by one dealership in the south and one in the north, and they're both gone. And that was probably because of dealerships. It wasn't. A lot of people were like, Indians get rid of dealerships. No, Indian doesn't own a single dealership. They don't.
It's not Indian. It's the management of the dealership.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
One dealership that I do admire is Music City.
Yeah.
Cam's got a great formula over there, and those are the guys that are going to be successful in this industry. We have a really hard time getting dealers to do aftermarket stuff. They don't want to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And if, where you look at Music City, they're very successful because they're doing all the aftermarket stuff.
Yeah, and it's just like change. So if you have a multi dealership and you sell more KTMs than you do Indians, you're going to put more people over there to help with them selling the motorcycles, and they lose the fact that Indian is actually market share is growing. So when somebody walks in and they're looking at Indian, I go to some of these multi dealerships and they don't even look at you. They don't even, the guy sitting at the desk doesn't even know. I mean, he'll say hi or something like that, but he just lets you walk around, and then you walk to the KTM side, and then you walk to this other side, then you walk right out. And I see that because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's more Indian motorcycles out there now than I've seen ever, and I think the dealerships haven't caught up to that. They don't know how to sell a bike yet. You know.
Well, but the thing is, though, some people want to be left alone. I don't want to be going into a dealership like in some dealerships that we can mention and be swamped by 2 or 3 salesmen and just deluge, just like, dude, leave me alone. I'm just looking around. Okay, if I need somebody, I'll come find you. Okay, don't bother me.
See, Max, I'm in your boat, dude. I'm 100% right behind you with that. I hate walking into a dealership and getting browbeat when you first walk in. I don't mind somebody that says hello, how you doing? Can I get you water?
Yeah.
And then let me go do what I want to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Some of these dealerships don't even do that. They don't even, I mean, they just, if you walk by their desk, that's the only reason why they say hi to you, you know? And I think that's a loss because they have all these other dealerships. I mean, there's a dealership that's huge, that's within 90 to 100 miles from us. And every time I go there, I never get the service that I thought, you know, somebody would say, hey, what are you riding? That kind of stuff. Okay, no problem. Just look around. Let us know if you need anything. Nothing. Just sits on the desk on his cell phone, you know? And I think that hurts the business. And that's what Indian doesn't need in a dealership, you know? So.
And I think they need to educate some of their salesmen a little bit better as well. There's a lot of dealers we walk into, and I don't go into place and say, hey, I'm so-and-so from here. I walk in like I don't know anything about the bike, and I want to know what's going on. And I find a lot of them have no idea what they're talking about. They don't know anything about the aftermarket. They don't know anything about the bike, aside from it's a motorcycle and has 2 wheels and it's pink, blue, or yellow.
Yeah. And I'll tell you one thing, Ride and Fish, probably one of the most well-known Indian influencers on YouTube. You have Finesse the Challenger. And if you walk into an Indian dealership and they don't recognize you, there's something wrong. I'm telling you, they don't know anything about the brand. I'm guarantee you, they don't know anything about the brand. If you walk in there and they don't even acknowledge who you are, that's just crazy. But anyway.
Yeah, I try not to, aside from doing your podcast, I try not to get involved in social media very much.
Yeah.
I got Fred and Mike Ferrero and all these ambassadors that we work with that promote our product very well.
Yep.
The ambassador program, I think, is great for Indian as well.
Yep.
There's that's how I knew I figured out about the Indian after I bought it. The sales guy at the store didn't know anything about it. Other than that, it was a liquid cooled V twin. I ended up finding Fred on YouTube and watching a bunch of his videos. And then I went to Sturgis that year and I met him at a bar. I think he was just sitting there having a drink with somebody. And, I was like, hey, I've seen your YouTube. Ended up being one of the nicest guys I met. And he's actually one of my best friends today.
That's awesome. I'm going through the comments here. I think Connie had to. Are you over there now, Connie?
Yeah, I had to go check the dog.
Oh, yeah. So the dog, he was up there routing around and around. It sounded like he's like 60 pounds. I don't know if you guys could hear him, but he's only like 6 pounds. He was making a lot of noise up there, so we thought maybe there's something wrong with him.
Running into everything.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. The dog is blind, okay? And I have this this box that goes in between the hallway and the stairs, and somehow he knocked that thing over, and he crawled on top of it, and I could hear him because I got good hearing. And I was working on some stuff on the computer, and I knew he was there. As soon as I go to my stairs, he's always rolling down the stairs at like 60 miles per hour.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, he's 17 years old. I literally caught him, and I actually got a little scratch right here, literally by the neck and the body at the same time. Perfect, like holding a baby. It was unbelievable. Because if he would have hit that
Chris, what type
floor,
of dog is he?
a Yorkie,
A Yorkie?
yeah, and
I have 4 dogs at home.
mhm.
Oh,
Oh yeah, what kind are they?
Yeah,
Um,
I have a Beagle.
Mm-hmm.
I have a German Pointer. I have a Rottweiler, and then I have a Cane Corso.
Wow.
Yeah, don't ask.
yeah,
It's
the
a
last
weird
one's
mix of
different.
dogs. I grew up with dogs. I always had dogs. So when my kids were born, we got them a dog basically. So Apollo is our Cane Corso. He is the kid's dog. And then he had a litter of puppies, and Mike Sapagna from Ride Culture actually has one of his puppies.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
yeah.
I
That's
find
cool.
that a lot of our friends in this community have dogs. It's motorcycles and dogs. It just seem to go hand in hand.
All right, let's see here.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
Wheels Divided asked a question about Gator Mike, that the website was down. I just posted the link for you, so that link is live and it works. So let me know if you can't see it there, Wheels.
Where was it at? Did you post it into the chat?
Yep, posted in the chat.
All right. Yeah. See if you can
Okay.
send it to me on the no chat messages or the what is it called, the interview chat, and I can copy and paste it in there.
Yep,
Sometimes
got it.
my bots take out. Hey, Rochelle from Pikes Peak,
Got
man, that's
it.
another good dealership right there. All right. And
There
we
you go,
are
sir.
planning on seeing them pretty soon. There it is. I got it right here. So yeah,
Yep.
I kind of helped. I kind of spearheaded him. I sent him a link and I said, man, put a freaking website up. And he finally did. And right there's the link, guys. Check it out. I don't know if it's the same one I gave him at the beginning. So let me go to the thing. But you know what? That's one thing I try to do also is help as many people as I can. I think Bob from BC Customs, get a freaking website. Do you need some help, man? I will help you get a website. Okay.
Bob
As simple as-
definitely needs a website.
Oh my God. You know,
100%.
he would retire
Yep.
if he had a freaking
Yep.
website.
You
And I
got-
think that might be why
I think
he
that's the
doesn't-
reason why he doesn't have one. He's scared he's going to get too busy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, you got
Yeah,
two of the
he-
best people for
he'd be
websites on
swamped.
here. You got Chris and you got Body Snatcher, two of the best people for websites.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Bob. Sorry, Gator Mike is a freaking. I mean, I was on a treadmill one day and I said, you know what? I need to call Gator Mike, and we started talking and we started talking about other things and about how he's going to go to Donnie's show and everything else. And he told me some issues and stuff like that. Man, I'll tell you what. When you and I think that's the reason why the family is so close that you know when to call somebody. It's kind of weird. Like Riding Fish the other night, he texted me out of the blue and said, "How's it going?" You know, and it's just like, you know, there's like a time limit. You have to text somebody and say, "Hey, how's it going, man?" And he said, "You are not wrong, Angelo." Yeah, but if you want to
It's,
retire
Ga-
early, there you go. There you go, Bob. That's the answer.
Gator Mike's a great guy, man. The first time I met him was in Daytona a few years ago, and then he sent me home with some of that swamp sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
And
gosh.
man, it's so this year he came
That's
down
delicious.
and we did the tacos and burnout party at Toast, and I was elected to make the carnitas. So I had Gator Mike bring me down a case of his rubs,
Ooh.
and that's what I marinated everything that I made with. And, like, he's got some great stuff, and the cleaning product too. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, if
It's
you're
good
looking for
stuff.
some good seasonings or some cleaning products for your bike, Gator Mike's the guy to see.
Yep. And yeah, I think I don't see him here tonight, but the guy that won the whole package, he's got some soap, and I've seen some people using his product. I think
Oh, Marcel?
Marcel, yeah, Marcel, and
Marcel,
doing some little shorts, and I think that's what's his William, yeah, William Blaze.
Yeah.
He's been doing some shorts. I'm watching him wash his bike and stuff, which is that's great. That's
yeah,
what
he commented on here somewhere about that.
and if you really want to help out some of these vendors like Gator Mike, we try to help out Bob all the time, and we have people. I have a link to on our website where they can inquire on his levers, and I think we've had like 10 or 12 people that have used that link, And hopefully, I don't know if everybody's bought a set of levers, but I try to help out as much as I can, and I know you do too. But William Blaze and all these other people do the same thing. It's you want to buy some Gator Mike stuff, do a little short when you're washing their bike. That helps them grow. You won't believe. It's almost like the word of mouth, what it used to be like back in the day. And I see that stuff, and I just like it. I try to share it most of the time. Sometimes I can't share on our page because it won't allow external sharing, but because of I can't have other people post and that kind of stuff. But it sucks. But yeah,
Hey, the only
how I got my
advertising
lever.
I'm doing for all the advertising I'm doing for free is for liquor.
Oh my gosh! Starlight does pay him, so that he does that for.
No, they
not free.
don't. No, they don't. I wish they did.
Pay him in liquor.
I'd have that brand new
They don't pay him enough.
150. Yeah, I'd have that new 150 anniversary Roadmaster if they paid me.
Yeah. Speak to that.
So we checked into the hotel, and I think that they knew I was having a rough day. They gave me a vodka.
There you go, brother.
Seltzer.
I'm glad somebody's drinking.
It's not open yet, though.
Yeah, you open that thing up, it's going to cost you $30. Yeah.
It looks pretty right now.
Yeah, it does. All right, let's see. I think we're going to do a follow-up on Spark Moto. How's that engine? You can put in the comments, how's it coming with that build? And let us know how it's going. I got to get a couple days off and actually ride up there and cover some of that, part 3 of that build. But he does a great job on stuff too. So another thing is some of these dealers, not dealerships, but these bike shops that work on Indian, that's growing too, because he's kind of dedicated doing mostly Indians, and but he does other brands too. But he's got a business now. I mean, there's people knocking on his door every day trying to get in there. So, but that you can tell Indian.
Yeah, I watched your video.
Yeah, did it inspire you to go get something? Are you ready to get that?
He's got a really nice shop. I mean,
yes, he does.
You walked around the shop, and I was noticing the shop more than the conversation. Going, that is a really nice looking shop.
Yep.
Where are they located?
Just outside. It's I think it's Pendleton. Is it Indiana? If I'm not mistaken. It's right outside of Indianapolis. Yeah. And it's pretty close to Ball State. I think it's like maybe 30 to 40 miles from Ball State, or maybe even closer than that.
It is Pendleton, Indiana.
Oh,
Very
Pendleton.
good,
All right, cool. Yeah, Pendleton, Indiana.
Wow.
He's just out there in the middle of the cornfields, serving customers.
Well, I think he's in the middle of like both interstates. There's lots of access, you know.
Yeah.
You think he's out in the middle of nowhere, but man, it's nice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, you just lost you.
Chris. I was worried about the one dropping signal the whole time.
It's okay.
Bye, Chris.
It's just my camera.
He gone.
I'm still here. You guys.
All right.
So
So like I said,
I had to laugh.
Go ahead, Ed. Go ahead, Ed.
Bob Cole actually said, Chris, everything works great. He truly appreciates everything you do, Chris, but he retires in 3 years and 357 days. Not that he's counting the days.
Yeah, northeast Indianapolis area is where. But yeah, Bob Cole is another guy there that does a lot, for everybody. I mean, community.
Yeah.
But he's not full time. There's some of us we do this on like 24 hours a day, and but Bob. He just gets work handed from him because Riding Fish is always promoting that sucker.
Yeah, but
yeah.
So
Riding Fish does a great job.
Every bike that I've built, I've always put Behringer controls on them. When we built the Toast bike, we put the BC Custom controls on. And I like those. I really like them. I
do too. I mean, they're great.
Our T Vintage build. We're getting Bob to do the controls for it because the ergonomics of them, when I put my hands on them, they felt amazing. There's no point in spending all this money on a set of Behringers when Bob's got a great product that does, in my opinion, it felt better in my hand and it looks great too.
Yeah, I just don't know how he got that idea to do that, and he just, I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, I would never thought I would. I mean, I'm new to motorcycling. I mean, I've only been riding for probably maybe 4 years now, and I would never thought the finger grooves would make a difference to me. You know, I really didn't. And being shorty too, because I have big hands, man. It's the perfect feel now. I don't even know they're there. You know, you just know they're there, and that's what's really cool about them.
It fits.
Yeah, it just fits you. Yeah. Now I want to give you guys the link to Bob's BC Customs off our website. Now, what I need you to do is let him retire a little early. So start ordering a little bit. Let's see how much he can do in 1 month. How's that?
Oh Lord, can't kill the man. He's not going to retire. He's going to kill it.
But no, he does great work. I mean, I have a little white strip on mine. And have you ever seen the American flag ones with the little stars? I don't even know how he does that.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Okay.
The Folds of Honor, Springfield, the ones that he did for that, he killed that. He knocked those out of the park.
Yep.
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
So, yeah, let me tell my Bob Cole story. He emails me today, says, "Sorry, I haven't got your levers to you, but I got them out of paint, and I didn't like the way they look, so I'm going to do them over." He's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And that's great. Now, you guys like those shorty handles. I told him not to make mine shorties and leave the ball on the end, because I think that helps me but he is going to put the finger grooves in it, I think. But yeah, he's borderline obsessive about this stuff. He will not send you a product if he does not feel it's right.
Yeah.
So
I sent Bob some parts to paint, and he was so picky about the quality of the parts. And I'm picky too.
Yeah.
But it was to the point where I was like, "Bob, don't worry. It's okay. Just do it." He is a perfectionist. Like this man, he's OCD. You will never be disappointed with anything that comes from him. We're even sending foot controls to him now to custom paint for customers.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Chris, I don't know if you caught the interview that Riding Fish did with Mike Kennedy.
Yeah.
But before they got into the room, they were out looking at bikes, and Bob Cole's name came up quite a bit because Fish was, of course, showing off the levers on the bike. And it was neat to hear Kennedy say, "I might have to get me a pair of those." That tells you right there that's some pretty good quality.
Yeah,
definitely.
Hey, and this is the God honest truth, and don't mark my words. I was looking at it totally different. Okay, I'm looking at Bob has got a product that's really good and as close to Indian as you possibly could get. Man, if the Indian comes out with them shorties, I'm gonna be really pissed. But anyway, yeah, it's a. I mean, there he is right there. Sorry, Angelo. We're talking about him. I'm sure he's feeling weird right now. He's got some butterflies in his.
Bob is my brother from another mother. I'm good with it. I try to talk to him as much as possible. Our schedules never coincide, but I like all these guys that you guys are talking about are all personal friends of mine. Like we become more than just business associates over the years. We're all down in Vegas when Fred auctioned off the first Folds of Honor bike, and we had a big dinner, all of us at the table, and Bob was sitting at the other end dying with food poisoning, but he made sure he was there at dinner with all of us. He's definitely a team player.
Yes, he is. Great guy. I can't wait to meet him when we do the Route 66 ride. That's probably going to be the first time I meet him if he's going there. I think he is. I think I remember he's going there. You're going to be there, right? Or
I'm going to try to be there for the entire ride. If not, it will just be a portion. I'm going to take that black bike you guys have up there in the corner. I'm going to ride that on the Route 66. So it's going to be interesting to put some miles on it in that configuration. So it will be exciting.
I can't wait till they get that light 100% finished. I want that freaking light, man, so bad.
It is. I don't know how much I can say without upsetting Mike's opinion, but it's there. It's ready to go. He's just working on the final. He actually has my bike in the shop right now,
Mhm.
trying to figure out the last final things for it. But that Denali headlight is such a great headlight.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah,
it's
that's going to be the one
fantastic.
I
The
get on my
LP6
bike.
is a great headlight as
Yeah.
well. They're both really good headlights. The Forever Rad kit works great.
Mhm.
I have one in my other bike. I have no problems with it. I just went with this because I didn't want to cut anything.
Yeah.
And Mike
Right.
is working with Kraus to develop it.
Mhm.
So I said, okay, let me support Mike and Kraus. Kraus, another great guy in the industry, obviously a Harley guy. He's the one that inspired all the performance baggers over time. He's getting into the Indian market as well too. So you just, between him and Mike, I think you're gonna have a really great lineup of lighting products for Indian.
Yep. Yeah, Mike. Let's see. Mike says, "I'm almost there. I just have to pull. Hey, do you need some testing? Yeah, just send one to me, and I'll test it for a couple. I'll send it back. I promise you. But man, I just love the look of that bike. Ever since I've seen it on the crowd, Krause's that one bike that they made, I was just like, man, that's a beautiful bike. Beautiful headlight, and it's one of the things I like. I'm not one of them big guys of performance, you know. I just want a good looking bike that looks different than
So
everybody else's. Yeah, go ahead.
so that's the Denali light versus the Baja light.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
looks like it puts out enough light because all the Baja lights they stick out like bug's eyes or something.
That's one reason
Yes.
why. Yeah, that's the one reason why I'm more of a static kind of person. I mean, this bike right here is freaking beautiful. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love
Thank
that
you.
gold.
Thank you.
And he was about to send me a story about it because I was going to put some pictures on it. He's about to send me a story,
Oh,
but I didn't have no information about this bike at all. So I was like, I could send the pictures out, but people ask me, what's going on? And I said, I don't know anything about this bike. Yeah, it's all good, man. I knew you're busy.
I was in the middle of typing it up, and then I pulled over. I was driving to Daytona after I sent you
Mhm.
those photos,
Yeah.
and I pulled over, and there was a big snowstorm behind me. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna type this up for Chris and get a couple hours of sleep. So as I started typing it, I looked up through the window of the truck, and it started snowing. And I was
Mhm.
like, okay, I need to get back. I did not want to get stuck in that blizzard. It was nasty. I ended up doing the 18-hour drive to Daytona straight. I only stopped for fuel.
Mhm.
So then by the time I
Wow.
got to Daytona, I spent like 2 days sleeping. So I
Yeah.
completely forgot to send you the info on that. Sorry about
Oh, it's all good, man. I just didn't want you to think I
Well,
didn't.
wait a
that.
minute.
But
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Mike Sampaio put on here that Denali light has a Euro spec configuration where it has a sensor and it becomes adapted to traffic. And that's important because in some jurisdictions, that Baja light will get you pulled over. It's
Yeah.
too bright.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if it's
so
something that can be adjusted, that's great.
that one in there, I'm running on the off-road conversion. So I plugged
Okay.
the wire in and whatever, and um, I probably broke the headlight. Mike can answer that question probably. Um, but it was really, really bright. Like n- next to my LP6 side by side, I don't think there was much of a difference, to be honest with you, when it was in the
Mhm.
off-road configuration. And I live in a rural community. There's no street lights. I need a bright light. I
Well, I
don't
think
care if I'm going to get a ticket or not.
I can't remember if it was
Yeah.
on Riding Fish or something like that. I guess the reason why it has to get, the the electronics right is because it kind of overheats after a while. And
It
it just
overheats.
yeah. Yeah.
Carrie Hart had a problem with them burning out the stators
Wow.
because they're
Wow.
drawing too much power. So that's what Forever Rad spent a lot of time developing that LP6 kit
Mhm.
to get it right, to make sure it wasn't going to mess anything up. And that's why Ride Culture is taking the time to do this properly. They don't want to have problems.
Yeah.
And when you see what's coming for the Challenger with the Denali's, you guys are going to be blown away.
Mhm. Yeah.
I won't be.
Sorry, Angelo. Mike says you broke it.
I did break it. I know it, right?
Yep.
It says it's
Custom
broke.
bike building is
Yeah.
all about two-way tape and zip ties.
I got it. I got to get his. I got to get the Ride Culture.
R&D.
Yeah, I got to get the Ride Culture saddlebags lights on. I have not been able to do that yet. Gosh,
So glad I bought you those for Christmas.
Yeah,
Did you hear that, Mike?
I am so addicted to getting. I've been working on an app, as you guys know. I've been working on an app, and this app is freaking I mean, you've tested it, Ed. I mean, don't give away anything, but how you feel about the app, man? I won't put you on the spot.
If
Tell
you've
me.
ever if you've ever used the ride command based system, looked at it and said, okay, that's fine, and then you went to something like Rever and looked at Rever,
Mhm.
when you look at your app, you're going to be blown away. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a lot of tied things in there. There's I can't talk about it. It's got to be released first. I'm not going to give any secrets out. It's going to be pretty badass, I think. So
Now I want to see it.
I'm sorry.
There's some
Where's
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
Android?
You can say
Chris?
a little
some
bit.
really
Where's the Android?
Android is.
So-
I'm working on it.
So the way I understand it, Max, hold on, Max. There's an easy process for that. So
Mhm.
the way that this works is he can develop it in an Apple world,
Mhm.
and then as he develops it in the Apple world, it actually develops it on the Android side as well.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, there are some little changes you'll have to make Android work, but virtually it will be the same app. I can tell you that running it on the Apple, it runs smoother than some of the other apps that I have used.
That's good. That's good. And I can tell you, if you're an aftermarket parts person, you're gonna love this fucking app. I'll be honest with you. That's all
Yep.
I can tell you.
I have a question,
Yeah.
Max. Why do you still have an Android?
That's a good
Because I'm
question.
68 years old. That's why.
Because they
What I was-
stopped.
That's what I
making-
grew up with.
They stopped making the big button phones in the flip, so he has to have an Android.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rotary phone. Hey, Chris.
Yeah. Yes. So I do have to pay okay. So to get Android on there, I have to pay $25, and I have to do all this crazy crap. It's going to take probably a day and a half to get that going. I really want to get this where I just pushed it to external testers just yesterday. And once I get approved by that, because it has to do like 3 or 5 days, Apple has to go through there. They have to go through every page, make sure there's no broken things and that kind of stuff. And then I can start inviting people as external testers to check it out. And there's 2 parts of this app. There's vendors and there's actually users. All right. And they have different logins and that kind of stuff. So it's pretty wild. I really don't want to say much about it, but I can tell you the navigation I think is pretty cool. I'll tell you this part. Okay. Let's just say Ed is in Nashville and he's he's got some of the rides that you'll never even see. But Ed has a ride and you live in Ohio. All right. And you say, Ed, what's your favorite ride? He says, this one. Okay. You can say, I want to follow this ride. It will take you straight to his starting point, and then it will take you down the road on his ride. So that's one part of it. I ain't going to say much more about that. So, but yeah, it's going to be pretty
I
cool.
think that would be useful for all those Indian group rides that I do,
Yeah.
where they go so slow and I wait at the end so I can have fun. Yeah, it would be good because then I won't get lost.
That's in pretty much
So-
every app. So I'm not really saying much more than that, but I mean, that's almost every app can probably do that, but it's really good. Yeah, go ahead, Ed.
So the biggest complaint you have in the Indian world is you have to have ride command to make you able to follow a route. So you can get a route from somebody, but if you don't have Indian's ride command, you can't just load it up on your phone and follow a route. You have to have the bike.
Yeah.
You can't you can track it, but you can't follow someone else's route.
Yeah.
This app will do that.
Yeah.
And that's where I will
awesome.
stop saying anything else.
Yeah. I mean, I got to tease it a little bit so people can, want to be on it. But yeah, it's going to be great. And this is not about me and not about you guys. Angelo, I apologize for we start talking about this app.
Don't apologize. I'm enjoying this.
But let's get back
We
on
need
you.
stuff like this. It's not just about parts.
Yeah.
There's no app out there that
Mm.
is community based with the aftermarket like that.
Yeah.
Do you see what Bob
think
just
that's
put
a
up
good
there?
idea.
What's that?
It's
Yeah.
orange.
Super
It's
chat.
orange.
A super chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
He says, okay.
Yep.
Angelo, please buy the old Duluth Harley Davidson dealership and Owen, an Indian dealership. Love you a long time.
Hoping. And I think that's supposed to be open in
Open?
Indian
An open
dealership.
Indian
Yeah.
dealership.
Open. Bob, you better quit your job and sign up as one of our employees over there. We're going to need a manager because I'm not going to Duluth.
Well,
I
Bob
want
can
to
be
get
your
away from the
on-site
cold.
consultant, custom
Yeah.
engineer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Good.
Donna had something too. She wanted to know any timeline on Chieftain adjustable door controls.
Foot controls, they are coming. My designer had to break off onto something else right now. It was a little bit more pressing, but they should be ready by the end of the month.
There you go, Donna. They're coming, girl.
Cool.
Yeah, we got to get a set out to Moto Cal's wife. She's gonna be our test pilot for those,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
then once they're good with them, then we'll have them out to the market.
Yeah, that's some great ambassadors. I say ambassadors because she's just as good as he is.
Yeah.
And they're great too. I'm glad they came
Yeah,
on the podcast. Yeah.
Bob Cole said he was
They're
in.
awesome. They're a great couple. I love Calvin. I bug him all the time.
Yeah.
But they are a great couple. They're great for the industry. The rides that they do together. Hopefully, my wife will learn how to ride her Scout this year, and then we can join them on some couples rides while we're in Sturgis.
Yeah, Moto Cal's actually on. I guess he just joined.
Yeah.
And he just heard me.
Yeah,
I
he just
tell you,
joined up.
it's weird how things happen, man. It's weird. He just joined and he hears me talking about him. But yeah.
His spidey senses were tingling.
Yeah.
Jason Christensen just said he's moving to Duluth.
Oh, geez.
Uh-oh.
So
Here we go.
So what kind of plans you guys got this year? You going to Sturgis and stuff, or?
Sturgis is always on my list. I love Sturgis. Ever since the first time I went, I fell in love with the rides. I'm not big on the partying aspect, but the rides and the bike shows during the day, you see a lot of really cool stuff there. Sturgis is definitely on the list. Arizona Bike Week, I'm going to try to make it down there to hang out with Dean and Cody this weekend, but I don't know how that's going to work out because of this trip that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to be at One Moto as well. And then obviously our Route 66 ride as much as I can participate in.
Right.
I'm gonna.
You get to come down to Chattanooga for Jack Daniels, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were supposed to do that 2 years ago, and I didn't do it, and I regret not making it. That's probably on the list as well. We'll try to make that work.
I think
I'll
Indian
tell you
should
what,
make
you
that.
come
good.
down here. We'll take you on enough rides that you'll regret it.
He'll
Come
put a
down here;
seatbelt
it'll
on
be
that
well
motorcycle.
worth your time.
I won't want to go home, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
You will not want to go home. You think that bike leans now? Just wait.
Yeah.
So I where I live, I'm fortunate. We have a lot of really twisty and windy roads that go up the hillsides and stuff like that. And I love those. Getting in that stuff is my favorite. So like when we're out in Sturgis, I love the rides. Tail of the Dragon, absolutely love it. It's so much fun. Unfortunately for me though, we can only ride maybe 4 months out of the year, 5 if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's I envy our neighbors to the south with all the riding they get to do. Like we're down in Florida a lot as well, and I'm not gonna knock Florida riding, but it's just not the same. It's not the
Let's see.
same.
Ed, I'm going to make you take me on a ride and dance on my bike the whole time. He said, yeah, I think Indian
Bet.
should use the Chattanooga event. Jack Daniel is the closing of the year, and I think aftermarket vendors should be included in this thing. And I don't know how many the attendance is going to be, but I think that should be like because it's mostly Indian riders here, right? So I think that's a chance that a lot of aftermarket vendors just lose because it's going in right into the season where people are going to start doing their upgrades in winter. Because their bike's in the garage. What can I do with this bike while it's in the garage? Because they love their bike. They go out there, they open the door, and they shut the door and say, "Well, it's good." And then next morning, "Hi, how you doing?" You open the door, "Hi." And they're talking to their bike. They can't wait to spring, for their first ride. And I think Chattanooga or wherever it's going to be at, the Jack Daniels is a missed opportunity where Indian can bring aftermarket vendors together with their riders and really start selling some parts right before the season ends. You know,
So the as an
So
aftermarket and going to events and bringing parts out to the events,
Mhm.
we have no problem doing that. The
Mhm.
problem that we have is, I've done it, Ride Culture's done it, there's other guys in the industry that have done it. The Indian customer will come look at the part and then
Yeah,
just go order it online after.
yeah,
And I got
that's
no
what I'm
issue with
saying.
that. That's fine for us,
Yeah,
yeah.
right? So whereas the Harley rider will buy that part right there on the spot and want you to install it on the bike for them,
yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
right? So
yeah,
for us, I'll attend the event. I'll bring a bike down. I'll ride. I'll put a bike on display if you guys want, so everybody can see it. That's where we're really like for us to go and haul the trailer down there full of
no,
parts
no,
never makes sense.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking exactly
Okay.
what you're saying. So they have this big outdoor party. They have a bike show. It should be aftermarket bike show part on this side, and this should be the riders bike show right here. And then while they're announcing stuff, they can say, "Hey, he's in an event. Did you see him walking around? Say hi to Angelo." That kind of stuff, and they get a
Yeah,
personal
that's a
touch
great
with you.
idea.
You know, they get a personal
Well,
touch.
that's why we go out to these
Mhm.
events. We want to meet our customers.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. I
So
love hearing what people think and say, and
Hmm.
it helps us develop better products down the road.
Yep. Mhm. What were you gonna say, Ed?
if I'm not mistaken, the if I'm not mistaken, the Jack Daniels ride is one of the largest, if not the largest, Indian sponsored event that they do all year round.
Mhm. Yeah.
That kind of says something.
Yeah, it was a great
Yeah.
event, and just seeing people, socializing and shaking hands and kissing names. You don't have to have parts there. They'll say that guy's from TNA, and then they'll look at, like you said, look at the website. You know what? I've been looking for that. I didn't know anybody made that, and then next thing you know, they're purchasing it. I mean, I'm in business, so I look at that kind of stuff all the time. Different ways, because every year you got to do something different. You're against a budget that you did last year. What are you going to do this year to do differently? So, um,
You always got to one up it every
yeah,
year,
yep,
and there's a lot of guys that are setting the bar really high now.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
yep,
from the
yeah.
way
Go
it
ahead.
was before, when I first started and getting away with a couple accent parts and this,
Mm,
you got guys doing complete frame up builds on these bikes.
mhm.
Like I don't know if you guys have seen Dean Speed's new bike.
Oh my God, that thing's beautiful.
No.
Oh, absolutely. Don't tell him I said it, but it's probably my favorite bike out there right now. I have a thing for black and gold, so
Yeah, I do too. Your bike is,
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I was like, wow. So when I did the tour for Dean Speed, and I did it, it wasn't a plan. It wasn't planned at all. I just walked in here and said, "Man, do you mind if we do a walk around?" Yeah, oh, yeah, no problem. So we just did it, and I didn't have a camera person, so I was just being the camera person, trying to talk at the same time. Man, we off camera. He showed me that bike, what he was doing to it, and the trim and the gold and stuff. And I was like, man, I can't wait this thing. I can't wait to see this thing. And when I seen I'll tell you another one, Pikes Peak, what he did with that freaking was Springfield,
the,
that
yeah.
black. Oh my
Mhm.
God, unbelievable! That thing's beautiful. And your
There's a lot
bike,
of talented guys out there now.
yes,
There's
there is. Yeah.
the
So
market is growing. You got Forever Rad. He's like the OG. He's like
mhm,
the godfather of the custom challengers. He's the one that started it all off for everybody, and I'll give him all the respect where respect is due. And it just sprung everything into play from there. Then you got Dean Speed, you got Lawless Garage. Uh,
mhm,
all these guys that are building custom bikes, and it's not just about putting out horsepower anymore. It's actually making the bike better,
yeah.
making it ride better, handle better.
Mhm,
I love the boys at T10 Speed Lab. With every bike I build, they put their hands on it on one way or another.
mhm,
They were with Lloyd forever. They built race bikes.
Mhm.
They've done everything. So when it comes to performance stuff, where I need an engine done or a tune done, they're my go-to guys. Uh, when it comes to paint stuff, I'm looking at Bob. I got Lawless Garage's painter as well that we use. There's just so many people out there now that are in the India market making it so much better. You can't. I
yeah.
don't know what else to say about it.
Well, you mentioned earlier Music City. All right, Cameron.
Yes.
Ed,
Yep.
you want to talk about your story down there and make Max here jealous?
So I spent some time in Music City over the weekend, Max. Had a little work done to the bike. I can honestly say, as many dealers that you go to and visit, you talk to
Mhm.
everybody, you become friends with a lot of people. That's great. You have different people work on your bike, and you don't want to offend one dealer for another, or vice versa. Um, Cam, I've known for almost 4 years now. I've talked to him a bunch of times. When I talked about what I wanted to do to my bike, he's like, "Yeah, come on down and we'll talk about it." And we made all the changes. And I got to tell you, it's hands down probably some of the most basic stuff you should do to a new bike, but it was worth every bit of it. Um, I hope more dealers can step into that light, and they don't need to be a performance shop like Pikes Peak or like Music City. Um, they just need to look at it from the perspective of, yes, there is an aftermarket world. Yes, it does exist. Yes, it's not an OEM piece. Yes, it actually performs maybe a little bit better, and yes, we're going to support it. That's been always the big holdup on the dealership side. They were kind of hand tied from that point of view. You couldn't support the aftermarket, and it was a no-no. Um, with the new regime coming on board, I think and I hope that really changes. I think it's going to. And Angela, you're a big reason why. The passion to be able to do, to get involved with, King of the Baggers, that gets your foot in the door. But now the rest of the world sees it and the community sees it and they go, dude, I want a bike like King of the Baggers. Can I buy that? And you're like, hell yeah, let's go. So
Mhm.
that makes it worth it for me. And that's where I really hope the dealers look at that as a selling point and not a, oh, we're hand tied again. Uh,
Mhm.
But my
What
experience
am I get?
has always been good no matter what dealership I go to.
What am I getting jealous about?
Well, he didn't want to say much
I want to know
about.
what you did.
Uh,
I've got to
well,
put. You don't
so
want to talk about it, you don't have to.
so I had a Lloyd's tune done on it. I have a 25 Chieftain Power Plus 108.
Mhm.
I have a Lloyd's tune. I left the dealership and I thought to myself, it's not that big of a deal. Didn't realize that they left it in standard mode for me, and it seemed like sport mode to me from where I pulled in when I first got there. Pulled off, put it back in sport mode, and went, "Oh crap, I wasn't ready for that. Need to go back and rethink my process here." So um, the tune makes a difference. It wasn't about the speed. It's not about the top end. I don't want to do 150 miles plus an hour. That's not it. Just the simple things like throttle response that made a huge difference. I'm doing figure eights in the parking lot now, and I don't have that fear of dropping the bike. That is something that Indian should have looked at long time ago. And I know a lot of it's due for EPA and the rest of that crap, but still, the tune, it made it 100% worth it. I would tell anybody that has a Challenger or a Chieftain, get it tuned. It doesn't matter who you go to get it tuned by, but get it tuned. You will see a night and day difference in it.
And
Especially with the
100%.
108. Yeah, with the 108s, that throttle lag has always been a problem from what I understand. And a tune does take care of it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, Ed, I'm super stoked for you. I hope it's doing well for you and everything else. But what am I going to get jealous about? He's got a Power Plus. I got a Thunderstroke. It's apples and
Oh,
strawberries.
jeez. It's okay. I
Two
understand.
two
It's
different
I,
apples
animals.
and
I would be jealous
strawberries.
just at the simple
What's
I'm
fact that he's
happy
got a Power
for it.
Plus.
Well, and that's getting because, like I said, this is the standard thing. I got three guys with Power Pluses, and they're ganging up on me. It's
I'm
all
not
Oh no,
right.
I
ganging
have
up on you.
That's
Thunderstrokes
why
too.
It was a
Eh,
you know.
it was actually, it wasn't really you. I wasn't trying to make it jealous. I was trying to give him a breezeway to get him talking about the 108. And the reason why I say that is what the end result was going to be was, guess what happened when Ed was talking and chatting? Guess who's getting a cat delete, going to get a tune, and going to do all that kind of stuff? Now Les is going to do it. He's got all that stuff shipping to his house. I mean, I don't know who's doing all the stuff. He hasn't decided yet, but it's word of mouth. And when you have good dealerships that do stuff like that, and I know some of the new dealerships are starting to do it now, just like what is it? What's the one in your hometown?
So Chattanooga is
Yeah,
now a remote Lloyd's
yeah.
tuner.
They're just
So,
starting
and
to doing
I'm
it.
man, I'm
Yeah.
so happy for them. Yep,
Yep.
I'm so excited for them
Mhm.
because I think that's going to
And
make some people really happy.
Yeah. It's gonna
and
make a ton.
guess what? Our local dealership has been a Lloyd's remote tune.
Mhm.
They were one of the first. They do all that stuff.
Mhm.
They can do cat deletes on
Mhm.
Power Pluses. They can do the pipes. They can do the
Uh-huh.
tuning. They can do everything.
Mhm.
So
Once
it's
again,
great when a dealership
yeah.
does that.
Well, it's not a knock on you. It was just a lead in to talk about the story about Les was going to be doing the same thing. It's all about word of mouth, good dealership, good aftermarket, because they wouldn't be doing this if Tab wasn't doing it. All right. If Tab wasn't making the cat delete, that's what he'd even be thinking about. And that's what the good thing about it is, and that's the reason why we're talking about this tonight is the Indian environment is expanding. We got great companies in there. We got TNA. We got you know um, Ride Culture. Sometimes I get tongue tied here, but anyway. But we got great aftermarket dealers like Dean Speed. We got Music City. We got Moto. Um, what is it?
Moto
What is it?
Primo.
Yeah, Moto
Sparks
Primo.
Moto.
Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
Sparks Moto right down the road from us. I mean, it's just a growing network, and when you meet Angelo and he kind of pays it forward, we got another person. Guess who we're gonna have next week? We're gonna have Toast on here. That would never happen if it wasn't for Angelo and that kind of stuff. Because I mean, I reached out to him and he said, "Guess what? 2 seconds later, I'm talking to Dan." It was that fast, and I really appreciate that. And I know I got a little drama there, but wasn't meaning going all the way down that road. Okay, I just wanted a little bit of a hook, and that's what I wanted. So there you go.
Oh,
How
I
you like
wanted to
that?
give a jab at him for driving a riding a thunderstorm. So.
It's all good. Anyway,
So
I have
Todd, let
one
me
too.
throw
Don't
this in
worry.
here. Wait a minute. Let me throw this in there.
Mhm.
So I'm taking Les's bike in a direction he never thought of.
Yeah.
I put an Indian air cleaner on it and tuned. I put slip-ons on it and tuned. I did a cat delete and tuned. Those are things that he had the bike that he didn't think that he didn't feel like they were necessary. But I do, because that's what I did with my old bike. So yeah. And the local dealership is doing all of it.
Yep.
So when you've got
gonna-
dealerships that are progressive, they're all good.
Yeah.
So you got Moto Primo in Minnesota. They're the first ones that I know of that have an aftermarket section in the store now, where they're promoting
Yes, that is
real
true.
aftermarket parts.
Oh, that's cool.
That is true.
I
That's
think we're
cool.
going to see a lot of stores doing that now because there's so much more money that they can make installing aftermarket parts, especially when a customer can include it in their financing. If you can walk into the store and say, okay, I want a toast pipe, I want ride culture taillights, I want a tune, I want cams, I want all this stuff done. Can we just throw it into my financing? That's how Harley's done so well. How these stores are, they make a huge
Mhm.
percentage, not only off of clothing, but off of aftermarket parts installation as well. And they just roll it into the financing. So I think once Indian gets on board with that, you're going to see all these dealers jumping on board with this aftermarket stuff.
Yep. Yep. I 100% agree. All right. Well, I know you're busy and everything else, and it's 9:40. Appreciate you being on here, Angelo.
Thank you. And no, guys, we'll do this again a little bit later where, I'm in my shop at home and everything's working properly and I wasn't
Yeah.
on the road. I'm sorry about today. It was, like I said, completely
Oh,
unplanned trip. It just happened.
I gotta lock
Well,
these
it
things
worked
down.
out well.
Yeah, it
And
did.
we
I mean,
thank you, sir.
hey, you know what?
Thank you guys for having me on.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people appreciate us not being perfect. I mean, it's not a perfect world. Why should it be a perfect podcast? But it was perfect enough tonight to have people watching us and enjoying it, and that's all that matters to us. And I mean, believe it or not, that's what one of our biggest comments that we always get feedback is that we're not scripted. We just have conversation, and usually it's something they like, something they love, and it's all about motorcycles, man, pretty much. And we got a great group of friends, and they help us out with guests and everything else. And Mike, it's hard to teach service riders how to measure hours at aftermarket parts and how to play with each other. So yeah, that's where it is. It's all learning. You're exactly right, Mike. These dealerships, it's change, and people are resistant to change. It's just natural, and they just don't know how it's going to go. And then if it goes really well, then they have to spend more energy on it, basically. And some of them are very comfortable how their stores are run right now, and they don't want any extra stuff. They're okay with it, but hopefully a lot more change their mind and they start doing what Chattanooga's doing and that kind of stuff, and we'll have more out there and it's closer to each other, because we. Anyway, all right, Angelo. Anything left? Last words there?
No last words. I'm excited to see the Toast interview. Not gonna lie about that one.
Oh, I am too.
That's gonna be.
I'm very
Dan's got a
interested.
lot of knowledge that everybody needs to hear.
Yep.
I got a lot of questions for Dan.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, you do. That 116. Yeah. And if you guys
He's gonna
don't
tell
know,
you to throw those slip-ons in the garbage.
all right, yeah.
Yeah.
2 into 1.
Yeah. All right, let's go through these members thing here. Anyway, this is our members right now. Do you want to become a member? Please scan that barcode right there, and you become a member. Help support us, and we support all these other people, getting them on the podcast. So check it out. We got a lot of things on the roadmap that we're doing this year, and we appreciate your support. If you can't do it that way, buy merch. Spread it out. You go to an event, wear one of our shirts, and maybe people will recognize it and go to the website and find out what we're all about. And here's our friends. As you can see, TNA is on there, and Lawless Garage. We talked a lot about them tonight. A great company right there, group of guys right there. And we have some good dealerships on here. Check them out and all that good stuff. So anyway, let's see if we can get the right music here. All right, everybody have a good night. D'Angelo, you can stand
Thank you,
there for a
guys.
few seconds, and we'll see you guys next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Tuesday, and we're out.
Good night, all. Thank you.
Namaste. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Namaste.
Stay safe.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks.
Namaste. Peace.
See you.
Not a problem, man. Forget it.
Beautiful bike right here. What year is this mod?
That's a 21 Lowrider S.
Lowrider S. I know, that's a Harley. But it's a beautiful bike. My wife would go crazy over this bike. She loves the Lowrider S. That's a heck of a paint job right there, man.
Thank you.
All right, folks, I'm at Dean Speed. He works on Indian and Harley motorcycles. It's open from 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. And there you go, dean-speed.com, and there's his phone number. Let's go check this place out. All right. This camera adjusts a little bit for the light, but look at them floorboards, man, passenger pegs, you name it. Looks like they sell Saddleman seats. Awesome. And also come here and get your swag. Himself right there. We're going to be talking to him about his shop here in Arizona. All right. I'm not really good at this stuff, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so I'll keep you tracked. There we go. All right. Dean, how's it going, man?
Doing well. Beautiful day and not too hot here.
Yeah, so give me a tour of this lovely place. I love your dog.
Yeah, that's Kronk. He's our shop dog. He's about 9 months old right now, German Rottweiler. But yeah, he kind of takes care of the whole place. Here we do a little bit of everything. So we're a full service shop. We'll do everything from tires, oil changes, all the way to big bore kits, cams, and dyno tuning. So we do pretty much everything you need to keep your Harley or Indian running or make it faster or better. So that's everything in between. We also make our own parts here.
Yes,
so
that's what I really want to look at because you got all these new machines, right?
Yeah, so we are expanding our manufacturing side. So we have 2 new CNCs as well as our first one. So this one's our new lathe, so we can help production on that as well as offer new parts. This one's our workhorse. This one does most of our stuff here. So like you can see, makes our mini boards, our risers, floorboards, whatever it may be. That's gonna be this guy right here. This one's just to help pick up the slack because we basically got this one spinning nonstop. So we need another one to kind of help out and get you guys your products a little bit faster. So we're working and investing a lot to make sure that we're getting your products better, cheaper, and faster. So also still made here right in the USA.
He's much better at this than I am.
So we also do all of our fab in-house too. So everything from our crash bars, our sissy bars, it's all made right here as well. So Caden right here does all of our sissy bars. So he has a whole station set up for different fixtures for different bikes, crossbars, it's different heights, everything like that. We kind of have it pre-set up for all of that as well. Over here we have Anthony. He does all of our crash bars. Bill's our sales and service kind of guy.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Let me get this thing working for some reason. Oh, let me go that way. Perfect time for the end of this. Yeah, time you to leave.
But yeah. So Anthony does all of our crash bars. This is our crash bar station. We do quite a bit here. So these are all for the previous gen Scout. We also do for the new Scout, Chief, Challenger, the Chieftain, the air-cooled heavies. Pretty much every single model Indian makes, as well as we're working more for Harley as well. We do both. Indians are bread and butter, but like we also service Harley as well.
Gotcha.
So Anthony's been with us for what, 3-4 years?
Couple 4 years.
4 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. All right.
And then over here, we have our exhaust department. Basically, Mike does all of our exhausts. Anything from slip-ons to full systems, everything in between. Basically, is going to be Mike over here. So we have all of our Scout mufflers, Chief mufflers. He's prepping some parts right now. Also, he's a pretty skilled fabricator, so he's helping out with all of our stuff in the fab as well.
Nice.
So we also do all of our powder coating in-house. So we started a separate company with my dad called J&M Coating. He's the J, I'm the M. So we actually do more than just motorcycle parts, but that's kind of where we started in the first place, is to do all that Dean Speed stuff. So all of our powder coat is done right here. So you can see the finished products ready to go. This has all been QC'd, ready to be powder coated. Christian's our prepper / coater. And then Jeff, my dad, he's the guy that runs the show over here.
Nice. It's a great place you have here, man.
Thank you. So as you can see, we got some wheels going.
Yeah, so you need any motorcycle parts or anything like that, man, this is the place to get it.
Yeah.
Dean-speed.com.
Yep. And then there's more.
Yeah, I believe it.
So this is all the finished product.
Oh, wow.
So this is all the stuff that's been coated, QC'd, and this is basically all ready to go out the door.
Nice.
So
this is where you package it, and this is, there's our famous right there. Let's see if I can get this thing looking here. Let's see if I can get the, I always get the zoom going. So this is, let's see if I can, oh, it's backwards. There we go, look at that.
So you can see we have all our crash bar stage, pegs, floorboards, mufflers. Then it goes over to Trinity here. He handles all of our shipping. So everything gets packaged up, QC'd, and out the door right here.
Nice.
So we try to keep as much in stock as we can, but it's a very difficult to keep it on the shelves.
Yeah.
So we're basically getting out as fast as we can. Cables, we try to keep in stock for you guys. So those are usually shipped in a couple days. Dean Speed parts, we make them as fast as we can. That's pretty best I can say.
Yeah, but hey, that's what, I mean, this is the way it is, you know. It's when it's made in America, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens. It's keeping focus on you, so that's all that matters.
It's all good.
All right, well, thanks for the tour.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Number list. Wind Therapy Attic. Been here 7 freaking months. Awesome. Tim Arnold, 6. Donna, 6. That's our Indian Adventures. No, I'm sorry. That's Chris Wasberger. I'm getting people.
Slow down.
I'm slowing down.
You're all excited.
Yes, I know this is gonna be a great podcast tonight, man. You go ahead. Did you want to start talking, Connie? Go ahead.
No, that's okay. I'm doing comments.
Mixed Boy 420, Wheels Divided, Gator Mike, Bob Cole, Riding Fish, William Blaze, Iowa. That is Donna. 5 months.
Donna's in the chat too.
Yes, she is. Tony is in the chat. He's 5 months. Kevin Tatum's 5 months. Joshua Pfeiffer, 5 months. Mike Sampano, Sampaio, 5 months. Doug Hampton, 5 months. Terry Cornett, 6 months. Roll in Stones, 4 months. Bagger Legion, 4 months. Tony G, 4. Rumble on Ground, that's the one that was gifting everybody last week. Rune Seeker Moto, 2 months. Body Snatcher, 1. And Kevin Indian, Keb Indian, 116, 1 month. And Leon is on his way to his first month. And we have Bent Rib Podcast, Christopher 0587, Zan Biker, Cedar Key, and Garland Zeus. Mike
Zeus.
Gnarly Zeus.
Yeah, yep. And Chris, I don't. You can say his name.
Wheel Rosh.
Yeah. I bet. All right, so let's go to the screen. Okay, so we got the new screen here. As you guys see, we got the emojis going. Thank you. It's all cool stuff. We got a bunch of stuff planned tonight, as you can see over here on the side. Let me get the board started, and we'll get going here. Let's see. Start the board. Let's see. Next segment. There we go. All right. So the cold open here. All right. Anyway, I'll have to rename that because that's kind of a weird name. But anyway, as you can see, we have George and we have Chris. Oh, I got to move this one thing. Let me get this thing off here because we got the top riders here and it's in Chris's on his view right there. So let me get that real quick. Go ahead and start talking to somebody. Les or Max?
You know, Chris, a tech guy would have never put that top rider list right there.
A high school tech guy wouldn't even put
100%. The good thing is I can change that thing immediately, which is good. And let me move it up a little bit.
You know what?
No,
a high school tech guy's favorite thing is right now.
What?
See if you can figure it out. Because we have a high school tech guy where I'm at work.
I don't know. Tell us.
They do everything with AI.
Oh, really?
So Max.
Oh my God.
Still with that high school tech guy, buddy?
Sure. You won't play that music.
All right. We also got
anyway.
Chris. Yeah. Good.
All right. Well, anyway, welcome everybody. It's going to be an excellent, fun show tonight because everybody's going to participate in the great ongoing debate. Indian versus Harley.
No,
it never ends. It never ceases. It's a constant debate. Which one do you prefer? Which one do you like better? Who's got a leg up? Whose leg is down? It ebbs and flows. It's constant. And even though you've got 3 guys here with Indian shirts on and an Indian owner here, we love HD because me personally, if I had the wherewithal, Lowrider ST, buddy, I'd have one in my garage because I love that bike. That bike is awesome.
Well, you know I would because I was looking for that bike. The Fast Johnny.
The Fast Johnny? Yeah. Oh yeah, you love that bike.
I love that bike.
Yeah, it's a nice bike.
What was the new Harley they came out with a few weeks ago? A new Super Glide, I think it was a throwback to
Super
Yeah.
It is a Super Glide.
Yeah, that's
we have 4 of them coming. They're all sold already.
I carry every brand under the moon except for Harley and a couple of the European brands, but that was a really great looking bike, I thought. So
yeah, so George, you said you had what, 4 of them come in? They're sold already?
Nice.
Yeah, we have 1 that came in and went out the door, and we have deposits on the other 3, and more people want them, and there aren't anymore. I think they're only making like I forget the numbers, 1,500. It's a small number.
Yeah, it was a limited edition run.
That's like us with
12, but
that's like us with the new Chief Vintage. I mean, you can't, you get one to come in, and especially if it's the red. I mean, we have to order it, and if it shows up, it's gone within a day or two because of people to call. So it's good to see a new product like that people are excited about. So
yeah, I
think
one
fun
of those
colors sell.
Yeah, I think that Chief Vintage with a sidecar and a Springer front end I think would be quite the setup. I would love to see one done like that.
I'd buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'll
Heck
bet
yes.
you would.
Well,
Yeah.
if anybody's looking for something with a sidecar, I have a really nice Ural in stock right now. Go to musiccityindian.com, and if you just can't live without a two-wheel drive Russian-made motorcycle with a sidecar, I've got one for you. So.
Yeah, Chris, I actually saw that. I think a week or so ago. I was down.
Oh, you
having
did?
some
Yeah.
work. Yeah, I was having some work done, and I think it's brand new or so. It's only got what, like 9 miles or something on it.
It crazy low miles. Yes, it's like brand new. So.
Yeah, it is literally like brand new.
Yeah, that's crazy indeed.
George has a special guest on.
What is it?
I have seen that cat many a times in Zoom meetings with George from our NPDA days or our 20 group days, and there's the cat just ruling the roost right there with George.
He craves attention.
Very cool.
Nice
step on the computer.
All right, well, let's get we got the member shout out already done. Let's get with George. Inside of George, let's go with you first and tell us about your story there, buddy.
Oh, geez. So my parents started in the power sports business when I was a little kid. A lot like Chris. I mean, we're second generation dealers. My dad started with Triumph, Bultaco, Mako, Hodaka, BSA, Suzuki. And over the years, Triumph, most of those brands had gone away when the Japanese invasion just wiped out all those European brands. And probably, I want to say late 70s, early 80s, they were mostly all gone. And by that time, a good friend of my dad's, who was a Suzuki Kawasaki dealer, said, "Hey, you need to look at Harley Davidson. These guys they're doing some good things. AMF had bought them and replaced a bunch of the equipment. And let me get this cat out of here. And there's he likes to sit on the keyboard. Why? I have no idea, but he likes to sit there. So my dad was able to pick up Harley. He was trying to buy out an existing dealer, and that wasn't working out. And this other friend of ours that's a competitor, he helped my dad get in contact with Harley Corporate in like 81, right when I think the first few bikes we got said AMF on the tank. And then after that, it was all, they bought themselves back. So it was 81, 82, we became a Harley dealer. And these bikes were all in the same building. And then, I graduated high school in 80, and we had a bicycle store. And I actually started running the bicycle side because it was my own gig and I could do what I wanted. And I did 2 years of college at a Penn State branch campus. I opened up a couple more bicycle stores. And then I went to another college. And then after I got out of that when I graduated, I had 5 bicycle stores, and I was still helping with the power sports store. And man, I loved that business. It was a lot of fun. It was my own gig. They pretty much let me do what I wanted as long as I was profitable. But as age does, my dad started to have some health issues. He had quintuple bypass surgery, and at that point, he was done. He was 55 years old, and he had open heart surgery at that point. And it wasn't as easy as it is today. Not that it's easy, but it was a lot more invasive back then. And so I helped my mom run the power sports store. And I figured out after a few years in bicycles that, we were doing $4 million a year in bicycles. I couldn't really make a lot of money with it. And I saw the ground crumbling beneath my feet, and that the brands were all going bankrupt. The channels of distribution were changing. Brands that used to sell just through an independent dealer started to sell through like Walmart's, and then there were all the mail order catalogs back then, and that's when the online business hit. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, this is the end of bicycles. I had friends that had 6, 8, 10, 12 stores, and they were just getting pummeled. None of them made it through that period. I decided, the place we made the most money was the Harley side, and I thought we need to invest more in the Harley side. So I closed one bicycle store at a time. We kept one, and we still have one small bicycle store. But the Harley side was always a side that, one, it made good money, and two, although I didn't feel like I fit in at first. I mean, I'd go to the Harley meetings, And most of the dealers at that point in time, you know, the late 70s, early 80s, they were enthusiasts. And, you know, I was this college boy, and I didn't feel like I fit in at all. And I got to meet some of the executives, and then I joined a 20 group, and I got to meet some dealers that were, you know, business people. And then I felt like I fit in. And that takes us into the 2000s. By 2007, I was pretty much out of bicycles. And our largest competitor in Pittsburgh was having financial issues, and I was able to buy them. It was a very difficult deal, but we were able to buy that store, and that's the store we currently have. The store, the Gatto Harley Davidson, that my parents started. Harley came to me about, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, and they wanted me to consolidate the Gatto store and the Pittsburgh store because there's just too many dealers, and we're all on top of each other. And then I was like, nah, you know, they both make money. I'm not going to close that store. It'll break my parents' heart. So they came back and said, hey, your closest competitor, Hot Metal Harley, is underperforming, and we want you to buy it, close it, and consolidate 3 stores into one. And I'm like, well, that's going to cost a lot of money. You know, let's talk some more. And basically, the brands will give you a territory, and it goes by zip codes. So each of these 3 stores was like a small, medium market as far as zip codes. And these companies, the data they have on people that live in these zip codes is absolutely amazing. Chris will tell you, you know, we see this data from a lot of the vendors. They know income per household, they know age, they know male, female, they know the propensity to buy their products, they know different ethnic groups. It's amazing the data they have. So, you know, they showed me these numbers. Like, you're going to have this gigantic territory. The propensity to buy is humongous. They also measure, Harley measures Harley's in operation. They go back, Harley's in operation for 5 years. Harley is in operation for 10 years. The number just blew me away. There's a ton of Harleys in operation. There was a lot of potential. And trying to run 3 stores that are, you know, mid-size is not an easy thing, especially since COVID, when you can't hire any help. So basically, I took the deal, and I actually worked with 2 other competitors that are friends. The store Pokey Weiss has Steel City Harley Davidson, and Dax Dillman has Z&M Harley, and those guys each got 20% of the territory, and I got 60%, and we paid accordingly. And we bought this dealership, everything: building, trucks, office equipment, parts, tools, everything, and we had to sell it all off. And by the time we sold it all off, the deal was a pretty good deal. And that was about 4 years ago. And thank God I did that, because, you know, when we had this horrible CEO for 5 years, and he cut the Sportster line, Sportsters were 20 to 25% of our business. He just freaking cut it. I mean, that was a big chunk of our business, not just the vehicles, but the other departments. You know, that all adds up. People often ask, you know, where do you make all your money? You make a little bit of money in everywhere. There's not one department you make all your money. Everything has to contribute. And so we did that consolidation. So I still run a power sports store in Trenton, Gatto Cycle Shop, and I run the one Harley store now. And I love running one store instead of 2 or 3. It's so much easier. I was able to take the best staff from all 3 stores, put them at one store. It's been a really good thing for us. It did trigger a remodel. You know, originally Yoke and Zeitz wanted me to spend $5 to $6 million on a remodel, which would have bankrupted me. And you know, we just pushed back. And the thing I like about Harley Davidson is the relationship I have. Like I told you guys before this started, I talked to Mike Kennedy this morning for 20, 30 minutes. Mike worked at Harley for 20 some years. We got to be great friends. We're still great friends. The relationship I have with these guys is amazing. Artie Starr is the CEO. I mean, there are weeks I'll talk to him 6, 7, 8 times, and he'll just call or text. And he asks a ton of questions. What's going on with this? Or I'm having a meeting about used motorcycles. You guys are killing it. How are you doing so well with used? What can I do to help you sell more used? And we have these discussions, and you talk to the CEO and you talk to his team, and things happen. And that's what I like about Harley. Now, we didn't have that for 5 years with Yoke and Zeitz. That guy didn't listen to anybody. He was the smartest guy in the room. But Artie Stars, he's a great guy. He listens. We talked about used bikes, and I said one of the things that's really hurt me in used bikes is you guys are discontinuing parts after 10 years, sometimes sooner. You know, we sell a lot of 15, 18, even 20-year-old bikes. You know, in 2006, Harley made 350,000 motorcycles and sold them. And, you know, last year it was about 120, 130,000 motorcycles. So, you know, it's the volume's down, And so, we rely a lot more on used. I'll sell about, I don't know, between 300 and 400 used a year, and we sell a little over 200 new a year. We should sell a lot more, but the market's just not real strong right now. COVID, and Chris, I'm sure talk about it too. COVID, those 2 years of COVID were godsend. We did great during those 2 years if you were smart and if you had a lot of inventory. If you didn't have a lot of inventory, you had problems. With the it's that's pretty much the story. I mean, it's I have a great relationship with those guys. I love being a dealer for them. They are just wonderful to work with. Like Kawasaki, I know the rep that I might have for a year, then he's gone. I don't know anybody else at Kawasaki. Honda, I know the rep that I might have for 6 months to a year, and he's gone. Royal Enfield, same thing. Rep for a year, he's gone.
George, your experience with Kawasaki specifically there is complete opposite of mine. In 40 years, we've only had 4 Kawasaki reps, and 3 of them been really, really good. One of them not so much, but so that varies from region to region and OEM to OEM. So,
but it's not often you got the CEO's phone number, the cell phone number, and you can call him at 10 o'clock at night, and he picks up the phone and says, "Hey, George, what's going on? What can I help you with?" Or, "I got this problem. What do we got to do to fix it?" And I mean, I know dozens of people at the motor company I can call if I need something, and I don't have that at the other vendors. Now, Chris, you've been in the power sports side, longer than I have. Maybe you can get into that more. But Chris and I have similar stories, so let's let Chris talk. I talked enough.
All right, Chris, tell us your story.
Oh man, just like George, second generation. My family got into business with a single line Honda dealership in 1982. I was 11. My dad had worked in manufacturing, and I won't go into any of that, but he had a whole nother reason to get into the motorcycle business, and that was to sell another product that was a winter product, and he was a motorcycle guy, and we rode, and I had I'd bought my own little dirt bike, a little Honda XL75 when I was 9 from a kid down the street with my own money. And if you're asking me today what my favorite motorcycle is, I probably have to go back to that XL75 because it was my first one, and I thought that was a Ferrari to me, and had a lot of great memories on that, as I think most people have with their first bikes. But started out there. I grew up on that side of the business, being the SOB, call it son of boss, and going in every weekend and summers with my dad, and working around the shop, or I thought I was working anyway, and picked it up a lot. Did that all through middle school, high school, went off to college, University of Tennessee, come home, work summers. And, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And I graduated May of 94. And the day after I graduated, I was in the shop, and I have not clocked out since, as I like to say. So I've been full-time 32 years. At that point, we had 2 small metric stores carrying Honda and Yamaha, Kawasaki, Sea-Doo. Watercraft was a big thing back in those days. Polaris, ATVs, Suzuki, I guess. So, we were a metric dealer. Two locations here in Nashville, and we've just grown our footprint kind of organically over the years as opportunities have come up. We've bought the guy down the street, closed him down, add a couple franchises here, bought a couple underperforming dealers, outside the market, and combined them. And that's kind of how our growth has come, come from buying underperforming dealerships, bring in processes and some procedures and some capital and grow them up. And, now here in 2026, I have 5 metric stores. One of them has a non-family partner member that I've had for about 2 years. All the other stores are still family owned. My parents are retired and out of it. They're in their 80s, but my dad sure likes to know what's going on every day. I get a lot of phone calls and a lot of questions, which is, it's great. I mean, he's my mentor, my hero, and he's 84. And as I like to, a lot of times I'll refer to him as he's my supreme advisor, and he'll just say advisor. He doesn't want the supreme title, but he does a pretty good job. he's wise for sure. And and then here just recently, last fall, Cam Amstutz, who you guys interviewed 2 or 3 months ago for the same podcast, his Indian store is directly across the street from one of my stores downtown. Of course, Cam and I knew each other and had known each other for a number of years. Had a great relationship. Is you're not competing. Indian store is not competing with a metric store across the street. And, as I have a really good relationship with most of the dealers in the market, from Ricky Kelly to Bubba, Boswell and the Sloan family when, they were still in business. And so, we're all, been a pretty good network here in the market. And Cam's like, he had some reasons and he's like, you're the, kind of the natural, the first one I'm going to call anyway. So, we ended up putting a deal together, but while we're working on this deal, all of a sudden Polaris makes the big announcement that they're exiting Indian. And so I'm like, hey, we got to hit the pause button on this a little bit because I got to see where this is going before I, bite this off. And, so we kind of, we kept the music on, but we kind of quit dancing there for a little bit. And, which, he, graciously understood. And I went to the dealer show in January out in Los Angeles. I got to meet Mike Kennedy, but even before I went to the dealer show in Los Angeles in January, George had got me in touch with Mike Kennedy, and because I knew they were good friends, and I just wanted to talk to Mike and go, hey, what's going on? I mean, you've been on the OEM side most of your career, but he had a stint at Rumble On, so you've seen the dealer side, before, make me feel good about this purchase is basically what I wanted to hear from him. And we had a great conversation. We talked one day for probably 45 minutes, and I was like, okay, I like the guy. And so, we ended up consummating the deal, and that happened back at the end of March. And Cam is still on board with me and doing a great job. And we've not really made a lot of changes other than the ownership, but other than we added Triumph motorcycles over there. I thought that would be a good combination. We had Triumph at one of the metric stores, and Triumph's a great historic brand, boutique-y, but, does that customer really want to come into a big power sports store and, see jet skis and ATVs, side-by-sides, Chinese go-karts? I mean, it's not the environment, I think, for that brand to excel. So we've made it happen, but we just got Triumph in the Indian store about a week ago, and we sold 2 today. So it'll definitely do better there. And, we have some great plans. You guys that have been to Music City Indian, we do a lot of customization more so than, most of your metric guys that happen to have Indian, have their 2,000 square feet inside the building. That are, bolting on windshields and pipes. We're doing, complete engine, out of the frame, customizations. They actually just put a stage 2 cam kit in my Indian Pursuit today. So I'm looking forward to getting out and riding that. But so we're hoping to bring that customization theme from Indian and also to Triumph, because, those brands lend well, to that versus, Hondas and Yamahas and Kawasaki's where that customer base just, they want some simple bolt-ons, but we're not getting into the motors and, doing custom paint jobs and stuff like that. So, we've gone, 1 store to 6 stores in a matter of 44 years. So,
wow.
Hey, heck of a story right there.
Excellent.
Yeah, Chris and I actually saw some of the custom work that they were doing at Music City Indian while we were there. While we were getting our tunes, they had a couple bikes on the lift there toward the front side of the store. The one with the white frame. You talked about the complete engine out, build from the frame up. It was there when we were getting our tunes done.
They were working on it today. In fact, the lady that we're building it for, she was in, and we've been doing a lot of videos on that bike for social media. That's one thing Cam has done a really good job of social media, documenting, the customization process. And, last week we had a guy from Indianapolis bring his bike down and I'm sure there's some great dealers up there, but there are some things that we do that, obviously somebody else in his area wasn't doing, and it was worth his while. We get a lot of, people out of Memphis and Alabama and, whatnot coming just because of that custom work. And, I'm excited to see the finished job on that one here in the next week or so.
Sure.
Nice.
I would like to get some feedback, Chris, on your cams and what you think about, what it was like prior and then once it was done with the tune in it, and if you think it's worth it.
I'll let you know tomorrow. I
Yeah,
didn't get to ride
absolutely.
it. I didn't get to ride it today, and as I was in my truck, but I plan on trying to get it out of the shop and get it home tomorrow. So
Yeah,
I
definitely.
know they're did a Lloyd's tune on it, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it adds about, I don't know, maybe 15% more horsepower. I think that's what I read.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
no replacement for displacement, they say. So
Yeah. Well,
But,
I mean, I'm glad you guys came on the show because this is, I think it's one of the first times that a podcast has had a Harley dealership owner and an Indian
Mhm.
dealership owner in the same spot. And we're lucky that you're both friends, that you agreed to
Mhm.
this.
Yeah.
So I really
Yeah, we
appreciate
are.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
George and I.
Well, usually what happens is we start getting Harley guys taking pokes at the Indian guys and
Mhm.
Indian guys taking pokes at the Harley guys, in the
Oh,
comments. Usually what happens.
I may take a poke at George. We're good friends, but I still might make a poke, but it's all in good fun. We don't
Yeah.
take it so seriously, and maybe that's because we're dealer principals. That we are passionate about the product and passionate about the sport, but we don't take it so seriously that our feelings are going to get hurt over
Mhm.
over what's going on, what the public sees, what's happened the last few weeks. I mean, I'll sleep the same at night one way or another. So
Yeah. And things are not going to change. I mean, Cam's going to be there for a while. I mean, I noticed some people say Cam's really
Yep.
good and that kind of stuff, but yeah, not Cam's and motorcycles. We're talking about Cam that actually works there. Great guy. Yes, we had him on the podcast. I mean, we got down there to meet him. As soon as we walked in the store, he saw us and greeted us. I mean, he's a great guy, man. You're lucky to have him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I was having some warranty work done on my Pursuit, Chris, and
Mm-hmm.
while I was there, I actually I got a part-time job working at the dealership. I helped your sales guy change light bulbs out and clean out the light fixtures because
We appreciate that.
I had about a 3.5 hour wait. I had nothing else to do, and I'm like, hey man, I'll hand you light bulbs if you hand me the old ones down. So
We
changed
appreciate that.
yeah.
Are you guys
Yeah.
ready for some serious questions now?
No, not yet.
Sure.
Okay. National
away.
Power Sports Dealer Association. I assume you both are members.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been on the board. George is still on the board. So yes.
Okay, because I get notifications from them. Open letter from 6/10 2026. Open letter from the NPDA Harley Davidson Council. George, would you care to speak on that?
What is it?
That's probably the letter that we wrote when all the shit hit the fan with the what do you want to call it? The political attacks, and we discussed it at length. Our Harley Council. So I'm one of the founding members of the MPDA. We got together years ago and said we need to have a dealer organization. Every other organization in the world, every other business in the world has a dealer organization. We don't have one. So we were going to start a Harley dealer organization. The problem is there's only 520 Harley dealers approximately, and you can't do anything federally with that few number of dealers. So we talked to the guys from the National Auto Dealer Association. They're like, oh, no, you can't split them up. You got to do all together because there's 6,000 power sports dealers. So we formed this organization. I formed a Harley dealer organization, which is part of that. It's called the Harley Davidson Dealer Council. We're in the process of forming an Indian Dealer Council right now. So hopefully, Chris, you're going to be a member. I think our friend Jason already hit you up to be a member of the Indian Council. But the whole idea of our organization is to try to help dealers be better dealers. Mm-hmm. So the letter we put out was basically going to say, we support leadership at Harley because they were getting ripped apart online. And I'm going to back up a second real quick. What Chris and I see in the industry is we live what you guys get to read about or people do videos on like YouTube. And I'll tell you that 9/10 of it's bullshit. There's a lot of lies on YouTube videos. I mean, just I don't know if this stuff's AI. I don't know what it is, but there's so much garbage out there. And there were statements made about the new Harley CEO, and our dealer organization helped push Jochen Zietz out of office. That's how bad he was. And our dealer organization was never made to do that. We were made. We built a dealer organization to help with more places to ride, fighting legislation like lead legislation. They wanted to outlaw all these parts on motorcycles, including batteries, because they have lead in them. That's the kind of stuff we have to go and make sure the legislators understand. Yeah, these have lead in them. You're not going to have batteries without lead. You got to cut us a break here. Or places to ride, or being able to ride ATVs and side by side on country roads. That's the kind of stuff we were set up for. But we helped push the old guy out. The new guy was getting crucified online. We called bullshit on it and just said, no, we support this guy 100%. He listens to what we're saying. He calls us and asks us questions, and he makes moves. He gets stuff done. I was talking about they don't have parts, or they were discontinuing parts for 10-year-old motorcycles. Well, he called me back a couple weeks later and said, I sat down with my team and I talked to several other dealers that said the same thing, that we're discontinuing parts too early. I give you my word, we're working on making parts longer. We're going to go back at least 15 years or more. And these are the kind of discussions that we want to have, not push the old CEO out. And that's why we wrote that letter, because we support this guy. We really like this guy. I'm going to say that this guy is probably more liked than just about any CEO in the past. And there's been some really good ones at Harley. We just happen to have one really bad one for 5 years. Yeah. So there's my long answer.
Okay. Well, I read that letter, as I do with most of the stuff that comes from the Power Sports Dealers Association. And I thought it was a good letter. So that's why I wanted to ask you about it. Mm-hmm. Serious questions. So, again, we know the viewpoints on that ad. A lot of Indian people didn't necessarily agree with the ad, but it I don't know. I'm not the right one to ask. I'm really not. So yeah. I appreciate your candor in explaining to the general public about what the Power Sports Association does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gotcha. All right, so we're going to spin the wheel. A couple of questions here that I put in here. We'll see if any of them are stupid or we're going to make them. We'll see what happens here.
Jeez.
I know. Yeah, we're gonna do it, man. I'm gonna hide the poll so to get that out of the way.
Is this a question where you win $1,000 cash, Chris?
Hell yeah.
Don't be saying that. You don't have $1,000 cash to give to somebody.
Hell no. It comes from Connie.
No, definitely no.
All right, folks. If there's a couple things in here, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Also like the podcast. This is going to be a good podcast here tonight. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to get into some conversation that's going to be really fun. I think it's going to be insight, what the dealerships, that kind of stuff, what they do at their dealerships that is different than any other dealership. And we're going to find a lot of things. I think you're going to think that you're going to want to drive a long distance to one of their dealerships to buy a bike, hopefully, because these guys are great guys. I've been talking to them for at least, I know George, the last 2 weeks I've been talking to him. Chris has been about a week. Freaking fabulous guys, man. I'm telling you, they're going to be great. So let's see if this thing works for a second, and if it doesn't, we'll move on. But let's see if it's hopefully a good question, and we won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, George.
I can guarantee it won't be a serious question.
Well, yeah. Well, we're a podcast. We talk about sometimes serious
fun stuff.
It's fun stuff. We're talking about fun stuff. We're not here to. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, George, in the comments, someone said you are not able to do a cat delete.
Cat delete.
Catto in Italian means cat.
That's a really bad dad joke.
Yeah.
All right. So on your guys' floor, George, if you was going to buy a motorcycle, on at an Indian, what motorcycle would you buy?
I used to buy a motorcycle every year, but every time I fix it up the way I wanted, somebody wanted to buy it. Well, that's the business I'm in, so I'd sell it. So now I just take a used one. I typically take a CVO, Street Glide or Road Glide is typically what I grab. The problem is they change the controls on them every so many years, and I don't always remember how to run all the controls and how to get my phone to Bluetooth and all that stuff. So I typically like the CVOs. I like the touring bikes. In my younger days, it was sport bikes, but today I just like to cruise. So
Gotcha. Now, if it was the Indian, what would you buy? How's that?
I honestly don't know. I don't know the Indian line that well. We just took a Chieftain on trade. I mean, it looks like a great bike. I did like the look of the new the anniversary bike that was red. It looks kind of like a Road King. What's that called?
That's a Challenger.
I like the look of that. It looks sporty. It looks like looks like a fun bike. The problem when you own dealerships is you don't really get to ride a lot, especially in these seasonal states. I'm busy putting in 60 hours a week, and I got this wife that I really like, and a daughter I really like, and in my off time I try to spend time with my family.
That's
okay. I gotta call some bullshit. Okay, because I know George. I'm going to call bullshit here.
Let's do it.
George chooses to work 60 hours a week, but he doesn't have to work 60 hours a week. His wife does not even care that he works 60 hours a week. He can take more time off. So George chooses because he needs more hobbies. And he's got a great hobby right there under his nose, and that's called motorcycling. And he should take advantage more of that. But if it's not snow skiing season, he don't have anything else to do. So George doesn't have to be there 60 hours a week.
George, I'll write out. George, I'll write out some Saturday. We'll go TP creeping, and you'll come home on a new Indian. I guarantee you.
So I will share with you guys that Mike Kennedy has laid out the red carpet for us to pick up Indian in Pittsburgh because they closed the dealer down here. I don't know, 6 months or so ago, and I looked at it,
and he should, and he should.
I don't know what we're going to do. We're looking. I guess convince me. I'll tell you one thing I like on your podcast is I love the passion for Harley Davidson from the customers and the dealers. There's a lot of passion for Indian from dealers and customers. I don't see much of that with other brands, and it's kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
So Mike Kennedy, if you're listening, I have been working on George on this project on your behalf for months. So Mike, I want a bird dog fee if it happens, because I think I'm the only one that can close him at this point. So
yeah. So actually, the IMRG out in the area, Josh Pfeiffer, one of our regulars in the comments and one of our supporters, has commented several times about the Pittsburgh location closings. So I think they're feeling the departure of that dealership.
Yeah. I think it'd be a wise thing to do.
Okay.
We'll come over there. We'll do a podcast and help you grand open it, man. It'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So while we're on the topic of dealerships, let's talk about this. Harley seems to be contracting, and Indian wants to expand. Where do you see the overlap or the tipping point for both dealerships? Because everybody says there's not enough Indian dealers. And there's some people said there were too many Harley dealers. So there's got to be a point where everybody feels comfortable. And I don't think it's having one, as George said, one on every corner. So what do you think about that, gentlemen? Chris, you've been quiet. How about you go first this time? What do you think?
Yeah. So, well, in our industry as a whole, I can pick on Harley, but I can pick on Honda and Yamaha, Kawasaki, Polaris, BRP here, is in general, the industry is over-dealered. It has a certain number of rooftops that date back to higher volume days within our industry. and we've had consolidation, and that's how I've been able to grow some. But we've had a lot of guys just kind of barely hanging on, and it creates an unhealthy uh, market for dealership owners if it's just a small mom and pop shop that's got 6 employees, or it's a larger operation with 50 employees under one roof, or a larger dealer group like mine with